Oh my god, there's so many people in here already. What the hell? Chat, what's up? What is up? We are live, baby. We're live. We're live. Are we live? Hello, everybody. We're live, baby. We're live. All right, who do we want to watch? It's round one. I'm ready to get turned. We got some Trishula action going on today. I feel like we kind of got to start with Rodnak. Like, I feel like, oh my god, but Tim is also playing. I don't know. This is hard. I kind of want to watch Tim and Rodnak is what I want to do. I'm gonna be honest, chat. I'm gonna be so honest with y'all. Rodnak was the guy who gave us our very first Trishula summon in the Trishula Cup months ago. Where are people? Oh, they're in unrated. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Let me snap into it. They are in unrated, which means I need to go here because they're playing Trishula, so they have to be in unrated, right? Except I can't find anybody. Johnson Boss is on some kind of Lightsworn. Tim is of course on the deck that he keeps topping with, which is Frogs with Ultimate Offering. Thoughts on Genesis? I'll talk about that a little later. I'll wait until more people come in because I don't want to keep getting that question all night. So I won't say anything about it yet. I'll wait until there's like over 100 people and then we can talk about Genesis. I am eating Ritz crackers. I just finished them. I'm very hungry and I didn't get to eat dinner before the stream because I was editing a video and I like to like lock in. So we have 22 players tonight. Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. I big lied. We have 26 players tonight. Fuck. Okay, it was only 5 rounds. Thank God. I was about to say, not it pushing it over. I hate when it gets pushed over. We got some cool decks tonight, though. Look at this, chat. We got Mississippi playing some Drill Warrior Tuningware deck. We got Tim Ponce playing what I assume is Junk Frogs, which is a great Trishula deck, obviously. What was all the Shadow Balls talk on the last video? Find out. Don't fuck around and find out, all right? That's all I got. That's all I got to say. Don't fuck around and find out. Y'all be asking me some questions. Y'all know I'm gay, right? All right? Don't be asking me about the Shadow Balls in the gym. Did anyone get Trish yet? We just started. We just started. We're going to see some Trish. We're going to see some Trish. And it's going to be glorious. Shadow Balls in the gym. That might be the name of the next podcast. Shadow Balls in the gym. Wait, is my mic turned down? My mic is turned way down. Why are you guys not telling me that I sound like I was on mute? Yeah, we're going to talk about Genesis format as well. I have some thoughts, and y'all know how I am. I'm very straight to the point. I'm a straight shooter. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But I'm going to wait because I don't want to talk about that shit all night, and I'd rather wait until there's like more people in here, so that way more people just like hear the overall way I think about that format. But for now. Oh, Trishula got banished, so it was summoned at some point in this duel over here. And it looks like it ruined. Looks like DB Tamer got ruined by Trishula. Feel like they got ruined. Oh, I love Ritz crackers. I've been eating Ritz crackers since I was a child. Like, I absolutely love them. Now I'm eating peanut chews. I don't know if you guys ever seen this candy, but peanut chews, these are crack. It's just peanuts wrapped in chocolate, and I think there's caramel in it. It's basically a Snickers, but it tastes nothing like a Snickers. Don't Snickers have like nougat? There's no nougat in this. What's up, Enraged? Where my people at? Where my people at? How many fairies? 1, 2, 3. And this is 4. She was a fairy. You like NBA Youngboy? I do not. I do not listen to any NBA Youngboy. He is far younger than I am. And his music does not, it is not for me. It is not my demographic. He makes music for the YNs. And I'm an ON. NBA Youngboy is not for me. He's very cute though. I'll give him that. What's his name? Like Kentrell or something? But yeah, I'll pass on the music. He can keep that. We got a Caius, okay. Banished a 4th fairy. Don't want to fuck around and find out. It looks like Tim is winning by every... Okay, well, this could change everything actually. I was gonna say, it looks like Tim is winning by every metric right now. Oh, not add back whole wave. That can't add back whole wave is crazy. Y'all ever seen that? Beckoning add back whole wave is diabolical. They're thinking on the... Is this game 1? Don't tell me this. Is he maining Crow? Bro. Meanwhile, IMNerd got kicked out. Okay, here's Rawneck. Rawneck is playing some kind of frog deck against some kind of quick draw debris machina deck. He is maining DD Crow. I don't know how I feel about that, DD Crow. Because I feel like you let them beckoning and then you Crow after. What dig it, Crow? JD? J Dizzle. That's of course if Tim really can't handle like Judgment Dragon hitting the field. I don't know his hand, obviously. But if JD being summoned right there would have been like, oh, I could never deal, then absolutely, I get it. But right now, there is a Christia that is still not quite live yet. There are 3 fairies in the grave. Very scary situation. Indeed. Darkened. When I crow, you crow. Just like that. When I crow, you crow. Just like that. Watch him have Light of Redemption. Light of Redemption is actually... I feel like that is an underrated card in Edison format. Like, no one talks about Light of Redemption, bro. No one. Like, I bet most people don't even know what Light of Redemption does. Pay 800 life points, add a light monster that's banished to your hand is what it does. But I bet like most people offhand just don't know what Light of Redemption does. There is the 4th fairy and a wolf. So things are looking very, very scary right now because they could summon Christia, then summon Celestia, and that would be absolutely GG no re on Tim. Like Tim will get 0 diff if that happens. So he needs to make some really big play this turn because there are exactly 4 fairies. And there's a Celestia to get back with Christia summon, and he could tribute a Lightsworn and pop the dupe block, and then it just gets like super downhill. What's up, Gingerilla? But yeah, it goes super downhill from there. Okay, there's a Caius. Unfortunately, there's also a Necrogardna. So I'm not seeing... like this, none of this is solving... This isn't really solving any of the problems that are... Unless that Christia is not... Like, I'm pretty sure he has Christia in his hand from Beckoning. You play Frogs. Lightsworn isn't a bad matchup, but it can get out of hand quickly. Celestia is just too good. Also, I will start a poll. Let's get a little poll going, chat. Oh, he has JD. Wait, does he have JD fucking Christia, bro? That's insane. I don't even know who you are. Lightsworn decides how the game's gonna go. It does. It really does decide how the game's gonna go, though. Raw neck, summoning Flamvel. Never leave home without Flamvel or Curzius in your extra deck. You don't like how they spell Genesis? Yeah, I understand though. You have to do that whenever you make something unique so that when people type it in on the internet, they don't run into the Bible or just like some random other thing like Sega Genesis or whatever. You want it to be spelled in a way where only your game will show up. For example, like IMNerd, now that we've been doing this for like 4 years, if you type in IMNerd on Google, like you're going to get IMNerd, right? Like, and you want it to be some weird distinguishable thing. And then just like a generic name, like you can't just have it be like called actual just GENESIS, right? JD Christie is the strongest board, but Christie's one is the worst Lightsworn somehow. Yeah, it's the brickiest. It's the most dependent on milling. Yeah, that's why it's the worst out of the 3. It does not perform well, typically. Has a really hard time. Has a really hard time in today's meta of DDV and mainly DDV. DDV becoming like a main deck staple. It fucking ruins Christiasworn's like entire game plan. They could probably rebuild it so that it doesn't just fuck them so hard. But like when you're playing Lumina, triple Herald of Orange Light, double Honest, like sometimes Shire and all, you know, Arcus, all the other bullshit they play, they just get blown out a lot of times. It fucks up your name count for Christia. Without a limited card pool, new cards are still too broken. Yes. I do not imagine that any old deck is going to be viable in Genesis format, to be honest. Like, that is definitely, you're definitely right about that. Like, the new cards are just so ridiculous. In fact, every once in a while, Stengo will just, like, play someone in our group with a modern deck. Like, he'll just take, like, a dragon, like his Dragon Ruler deck that he loves so much. He'll take that and, like, play versus Hero Frogs or Value Turbo. And when I tell you that the Edison decks can't get a fucking game off of a modern deck, like not a game, like it's not even remotely close. I will play a new format when they limit the amount of special summons per turn. That would be a good idea. That would be a good idea to just be like, period, you can only special summon this many times per turn. This is just like a universal rule of this format. You cannot special summon more than X amount of times this turn. Like, I don't care how you do it, what you do, you cannot do it 15 times. Oh, I'm sure people are playing it in, what is it? What it would be? Unrated? Unlimited unrated? I'm sure that there's unlimited unrated people playing it. The only reason I'm interested is because of the SJC Darken as a prize, but the fact they already planned a Genesis YCS and we never got a Time Wizard YCS is crazy. I agree. I think, oh, Jesus Christ, he destroyed him like this set. It wasn't even close. Holy shit. Smoked. All right. Sometimes you get smoked. Sometimes you get fucking smoked. I got smoked. Yeah, Pumpy Heart is right. Genesis is a much better format for Konami's purposes of being a business than Time Wizard because they now can monetize every single card that has ever been printed. This is their greedy little capitalist plan to make every card basically valuable in some way. And from a business standpoint, I totally understand it. All right, let's see who else is playing. See, Unlimited Unrated is just like the Wild Wild West. Like, I don't know. Oh, cool. We got the goals and puke. It's just modern with the broken goat spells. Also, traditional format still just existing while no one cares, not even Konami. Yeah, traditional is like not even recognized as a real format. Normal Summer Stratos from a modern hero deck dumpsters the entirety of Edison format, and that deck sucks. Yeah, like in modern, if you normal Summer Stratos, the things that you can do are like absurd, even though it's not in actual modern format, it's not good. But if you were playing against an Edison deck, the Edison deck wouldn't even get to play the game. Traditional is just die roll turbo. That format is not real. That motherfucker back there is not real. Okay, Half-Life. In. Half your life right here. Akai's off the top is game. If he doesn't die next turn. High chance he dies next turn, though. Is there a top cut to this or only undefeated gets to win? Prizes are split between first and second. So first gets $25 and second gets $15. Yeah, top 2 get prizing tonight because we actually have a donation. Tim donated $20 to the prize pool to make it $40 tonight. So first and second are getting prizes. But as for is there a top cut? No, there's not going to be a top cut. We're going to play however many rounds of Swiss this thing is going to tell me to play, which is it's going to do 5 rounds. Yeah, it's going to do 5 rounds of Swiss, and then we're going to have a top 2, and that's going to be that. This thing is kicking me out like rapidly today. Like, is it overwhelmed? Are there too many people online right now? There are a lot of, holy shit, there's a lot of people online. I think that that's because of Genesis. I feel like Unlimited Unrated is just popping off right now. Like, right? Because that's where you have to play that format is Unlimited Unrated. So it just has to be like so many people playing that shit. I would choose now to do, I mean, I chose to do this Trishula thing before they even got to the whole Genesis thing. So I was always going to be here today. It's just funny that Konami made an announcement that makes people go to Unlimited Unrated at the exact same time. All right, let me mute this. I'm going to watch this duel since it's just starting. Special summon swap. Okay. You were able to summon Trish game 1 and 2 and 2-0 your opponent. Sean, you're in the tournament? I was talking about this recently, but like people who have people who have a YouTube name, a Discord name, a real name is just too much for me. Like I just will never be able to connect the dots between all the different like versions of people. But good shit. You summoned Trish game 1 and game 2. Would you like the playlist? What's the playlist? Oh, no, I don't need the replay. I want to try Cyber Dragon with their 2021 support in that Genesis format. Cyber Dragon? Oh, like playing a Cyber Dragon deck, I guess. Yeah, GB's got some really good support in the last couple years too, but it's not playable. Like it's really broken. Like the cards are absolutely fucking outrageously broken, but a lot of the blind second cards are cheap in Genesis. Yeah, I noticed that they had like hand traps and shit like that. I saw a post from Chris LeBlanc, not Chris LeBlanc, it was Christian Arena. And he said format solved, and he just like posted a picture. What the fuck is this? Well, okay, here's another. I just got sent this deck. Why did it show up like that? So here's the thing. There's 100 people now. I'm ready to talk about Genesis. Okay, so everyone, we have a Genesis discussion. Let's have an honest discussion about this format. I personally do not care for this at all, and I'm going to tell you why. Genesis format is literally only good for people who already play modern Yu-Gi-Oh! It does not appeal to someone who plays retro Yu-Gi-Oh! If you only play retro Yu-Gi-Oh! And you have not played the last several years of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! It has no value to me whatsoever. I think that this is just modern 2. And all the deck lists that I'm seeing people like post are just trying to ignorantly FTK your opponent or do a combo that is essentially an FTK even if your opponent gets to get a draw phase. This is just a second modern format. I don't know what any of these cards do, and I'm not even joking, except DD Crow. Like, if you put a weapon to my head right now and said, start telling me what these cards do, I would be like, I have no fucking idea. Also, keep this in mind, this is one of my other problems with this, they just changed the time rules. They just changed the time rules to be 50 minutes, double match loss, right? So you now have to know the entirety of Yu-Gi-Oh! In order to play in tournaments at a decent pace, which is bullshit to me. Like, I actually really do not like this idea. I think it's great for people who already play Modern. It does not get new players to play. I was talking about this on my other stream about how children are not going to be able to play this. This is not appeal to children. This does not appeal to anybody who doesn't already play Yu-Gi-Oh! If you already play Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's your thing, this is great for you because you haven't fucking stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For the last 10 years or whatever. So you just know all the cards, all the decks, all the combos, all the metas that have happened. But people like me who just have not played I quit in 2017, the last 8 years of Yu-Gi-Oh! Some people haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! Longer than that. What is this? Like, I don't even know if this is a viable deck. I don't know if I'm looking at a viable deck or if I'm looking at a meme deck. I don't know what any of this shit is. I don't know what any of it is. So if I sit down in front of my opponent and I want to play, like, I don't know, GBs or something, like, what is this? Like, what's going to happen to me? This is complete and fucking nonsense to me. So, like, I think that this is just a terrible idea unless you're already a Modern player, in which case, congratulations, you have a new way to be capitalized on by capitalism, right? Because now you have to buy fucking infinite cards. Like, now you need to own everything. You need to own everything because you never know when they might just be like, oh, the cost of this card now goes down, so now this card is like the meta, or the cost of this card goes up, so now you can't play anymore. Like, you just need to have every card essentially, which is like great for people who have a lot of cards. So it's great for the secondary market. Like, this is amazing from a business standpoint. From anyone who just has been hoarding Yu-Gi-Oh cards for years, this is fucking fantastic for you. This is like literally a day where the stock market is just like running. Like, the stock market has to be running for people who just have like stores or just have a shit ton of Yu-Gi-Oh cards they haven't been doing anything with. It's great. It's fantastic. For people who actually want to like enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh that isn't Modern Yu-Gi-Oh, them taking away Time Wizard format essentially to give us this is like, I'll pass. Like, I'll hard pass. This is the other one that I wanted to show. I wanted to show this picture as well. So Christian Arena posted this and said format solved. Now, while I don't really know all the cards in here, I do know that I'm looking at least 30 hand traps. Like, no exaggeration. I feel like I'm looking at 30 hand traps. I don't know all of them, but I know Shifter, I see an Ash Blossom, I see Crows, I see Nibiru, Ghost Bell, I think, and then the rest of this shit, I have no idea what this is. I have no idea what this is. And my whole thing is like, again, this list looks completely different from this one, which I hate that this is like, I have to keep doing this, but bear with me. This list is completely different from this list, which, like, this doesn't solve the problem of needing to know literally every single Yu-Gi-Oh card that has ever been printed ever. Like, how am I supposed to deck build without knowing literally the history of the last 10 years of Yu-Gi-Oh when I haven't played the last 10 years of Yu-Gi-Oh? And what bothers me the most is like, okay, they're doing this format and they're making it a competitive thing. They're already talking about fucking YCSs next year, and they're doing like invitational things at the next couple YCSs, which is great. Again, for people who already have been playing Modern Yu-Gi-Oh for years and they already know all the broken interactions and all the broken things that can be done with cards when they see them. But for people who just have not, this was not for you. This is not for us. Like, I'm gonna be honest, you have no fucking chance to beat anybody who's really good at Modern Yu-Gi-Oh in Genesis format. You just don't. You're at an extreme disadvantage. Like, you will not see random people winning events. I promise you that. It will only be the people who have been playing the game and try-harding for the last several years. The people who already have like a huge think tank of friends who are just good at breaking the meta in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh already. They're just going to break the meta in that format, and you'll never see random people, like random stranger X, doing anything. It's going to be the absolute people who basically, no shade, don't really have lives, don't have like careers or anything like that. They just like no life. I'm making Genesis decks, I'm going to all the Genesis events, and I'm going to fucking like farm them. Like, I'm going to farm them. You have no chance. But you have no chance. It's good casually. Like, if you want to play it casually, that is fine. Like, if you're a casual player, like Stengo has a Genesis deck. He made Dragon Rulers and he was playing around with the cost and stuff last night, and like he played a couple people while we were in a Discord, like we were in our Discord server, and so he went live and like we were all in the group call or whatever, and he's playing people, and he ran across a guy. I wanted to send me the replay. He ran across the guy who turn one Exodia'd him twice. He got chicken game, upstart, and a bunch of other shit that I don't know all of it, but I know that he lost to Exodia last night, and I was like, all right, well, that just happened. You just fucking lost to Exodia. And yeah, so like, he was like, well, now I need to put Droll in my deck because like that was pretty gay. And I'm like, this format is going to be like every deck that I'm seeing, every like time somebody sends me a deck list and I see like a million hand traps or like just really dumb ass combos that look like, I don't know what these cards are. I just don't know what these cards are. And it's not even that like I'm lazy. I think that it's overwhelming to expect people to know the entirety of Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. It's literally every Yu-Gi-Oh card ever printed that's not a Link monster or a Pendulum monster. Like, it's crazy. Let me pull up, hold on. Yu-Gi-Oh Genesis format. That is not what I typed. Okay, here we go. Yu-Gi-Oh Genesis. So for like people who are completely unaware of what the fuck I'm talking about, what I'm ranting about right now, this is Yu-Gi-Oh Genesis format. So this is this new thing. There are no Link monsters or Pendulum monsters. All other cards are allowed. So literally the entirety of Yu-Gi-Oh is allowed. The original field layout is used with no extra monster zones nor pendulum zones. The standard Forbidden and Limitless is not used. All of those cards can be used except Link monsters and Pendulum monsters. Usual limit of 3 copies max if any card still applies. That construction uses a point system. Some cards are assigned a point value, most cards cost 0. And then so they give you a list of all the things that actually cost points. And basically the standard way to play this format is that you can have a max of 100 points in your deck, which means if you put Abyss Dweller in your deck, you cannot have anything else on this list of over 500 cards in your deck. There are 505 cards on this fucking list. There are 505 cards on this ban list. 505. There are 505 cards on this list. So you have to build a deck that has a max of 100 points in it by adhering to this, which they're going to change, as they said, frequently. This is going to change frequently. Like, again, if you play Modern, if you like Modern Yu-Gi-Oh, I think that this is great for you. If you like, I fucking been bored of Modern, it's, you know, it's power creep, I'm tired of it, whatever. If you want to just go and FTK people for funsies and like play Genesis format. So I just think that like killing Time Wizard to do this shit is crazy to me, but I understand it from a business standpoint. They get to now sell you guys literally every card they've ever made. So now every reprint, every 10, every random Astral Pack or whatever they call it, Tournament Pack, Champion Pack, OTS Pack, whatever the fuck they're called now, those they're gonna just put like whatever they want to incentivize you guys to spend your money on cards that are, I don't know, like you want max rarity Pot of Greed, you want ulti Pot of Greed now because like Pot of Greed is legal apparently. So like you have to have, you know, some people have to have it. Like look at Edison, like me and Eric have fucking maxed out Value and Hero Frog decks, and like other people are going to feel the same thing with Genesis. They're like, I want my shit max rarity, of course. But this, the format only applies to one demographic. Like this format just applies to people who play Modern. I don't know what any of this shit is. I don't know what any of it is. And this is just, the crazy part is this is just one deck. So Modern, okay, at least with Modern, right? If I wanted to play Modern right now, I know some of the best players who ever play Yu-Gi-Oh! And they are currently playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I could go to them and join them into their groups and learn how to play Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. And they can catch me up in like a month. Like they can be like, Frazier, you're quick at picking shit up. You're a good player. We're gonna catch you up on all the shit you need to know. We're gonna do a crash course, training sessions every day, and then you're gonna be caught up and you're gonna be a Modern player now. And I can do that. And that is actually not as bad as Genesis is like years of knowledge. Like it's so fucking expansive how big it is because it's every card that's ever been printed outside of Pendulums and Links, which is like not the bulk of the cards, obviously. So again, if you play Modern, great, like you're gonna have a blast. If you do not play Modern Yu-Gi-Oh, let me check on this tournament since I'm like, okay, the only people playing are Puke and Wayne. If you play Modern and you actually have been playing Modern for the last couple of years, so like you know all the broken shit and like you just have like a in your head Rolodex of what's broken, even then you're probably still not going to do well, if I'm being honest, because the people who have already been good at Modern Yu-Gi-Oh, the people who have been winning all the YCSs in the last 5 years, it's the same group of people, right? They're still going to just win they're going to dominate every single thing, because most of you here probably have like other things going on in your life besides Yu-Gi-Oh, and a lot of those people don't. So like, you know, playing it for funsies, sure. But yeah, it's just what's he over here doing? What's he over here doing? He's playing Heroes against, is this Drytron? This is Drytron. I only know Drytron because in 2021 I started going to locals again. Like after, you know, this is like pandemic technically, but it was like also when the pandemic was kind of easing up, and Drytron was very relevant at the time. My friend was playing it. He was like, "Oh, you should get back into Modern. Like, bro, it's so, you would cook. It'd be so good. Oh my God. Like, we're just killing people turn one, but I promise it's not that bad. And like, if you go second, you just fucking lose unless your deck was built to go second. But like, I promise you, you'll have so much fun. Like, we're just getting slice locked back and forth. But like, you really can't play the game that often. But like, I swear to God, like, you'll love it. Like, oh my God. Like, I couldn't use my extra deck because he slice locked me every game. And like, it's so much fun. I'm having the time of my life. Like, I just get scythe locked and DPE'd. Like, I get double penetrated every fucking game. And like, I love it so much. Oh my God, you should play. And I'm like, okay, I don't think I will. I think I'm just gonna not do that. Yep, I think I'm gonna not do that. I think I'm just gonna stay my black ass over here and just not do that. I think you got it, bro. You got it. Like fist bump. Boom. Here we go. You got it. So yeah, I like, I'm good. Like I am good. That shit does not, it like, you're literally telling me like, you have to learn every card that is relevant that came out in all of Yu-Gi-Oh, and like, I just don't know all the cards, and nor do I want to learn all of them. Like, I want to be clear about that. I do not want to have to learn. Like, when my opponent starts doing random shit, random interactions that like they figured out because they just figured out some broken ass combo, which is the whole point of the format, to be honest, which is really fun in a way, right? Like, it's fun to make up like Necro Valley Royal Tribute when nobody else is aware of Necro Valley Royal Tribute. Like, that is actually a fun thing to do to people. So I get it on a grand scale when you're just like doing this crazy combo that like Konami did not notice when they did the point system, and you figured out, and now you're killing people in turn one. You're just like winning on turn one consistently, or your deck is just so overwhelming that like, yeah, you might not be literally winning on turn one, but effectively, right? Effectively, you're denying people the ability to play the game. So like, also, I just realized, okay, let me do this. Round 2 is up. So let me do /set timer. Because I don't know if people know that the round is up. Now, yeah. So Black Sanji versus Rawnek. That's a great match right there. Who's undefeated? Let me refresh this real quick. I want to read some of the chat too. Rawnek and Sport undefeated. Black Sanji, Nefarian, Froggo, Joshua Johnson. Chaos Dimension. I feel like this is not updating. Okay, here's my people. Where my people at? Nefarian is undefeated, right? Or 1-0, I should say. I hate saying undefeated when it's like 2 rounds. Like when people walk up to me at like tournaments, like major events or whatever, when they say like, what's your record? I don't say undefeated until it's like 3-0 or 4-0. Like, that's like, I feel like you need a good 2 rounds before you start saying I'm undefeated, because I just feel like it's kind of cringe. That's just like a personal thing. I've always been like that. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna read some of this chat and see, because I know some of you have some takes on what I just said, and everyone has their own opinion. I quit in 08 and took up Edison this year. I will never ever play Genesis. The fact that people aren't putting 3-pot in every deck is wild. I can tell you right now, King Vegeta, like, the whole put 3-pot in every deck thing is, you're just not thinking correctly. Like, not even to be shady, but like, the people who actually abuse modern Yu-Gi-Oh and like really know how to deck build, they're not thinking about putting pot in every deck. They're not thinking about starting their deck with pot of greed or whatever pot, because there's so many pots there. That's not like the point. The point is, I don't need pot if my deck just literally doesn't let you play the game. And if that costs the points that pot would take up, then so be it. But like, pot is not the end all be all like you think it is. But obviously a lot of casual people are going to think like that. They're going to be like, oh man, I get to play like Graceful Charity. Like, it looks, the format looks so appealing to a lot of people, I bet. But like, I promise you, when you look at the competitive environment that is going to come from it, you're going to be like, oh, this is like toxic. Anyway, chicken game at 0 points is hilarious to me. Everyone's making the Exodia FTK deck. Apparently Exodia is bad even with 3 pot. No point of 1 day of peace when you got chicken game. Why not both? You need to know everything inside and out. Even reading your opponent's cards will get them annoyed at you with the new time rules. But yeah, there's going to be some very tense Genesis in, tournaments, because someone's going to show up with stuff. There's going to be a lot of people who just have decks that like you don't know what the fucking cards do. And the problem with Yu-Gi-Oh cards now is that they all are books. Like, they're just books, bro. You start reading a modern card and your brain doesn't even really comprehend it. I know I'm not the only one who experiences this. When you start reading a card in modern, you start reading it and like, you know, you just read the whole thing, but you don't know what you just read at the same time. I know I'm not the only one who's experienced that. You're like, I just read that and I have no idea what this card does. So you just read it. You're like, this is fucking nonsense. Like, I can't be the only one. I give my son random comments for him to look at and read. He can read the all-seeing white tiger or a 7-color fish. Then I show him a modern card, Mitsurugi no Mikoto Kusanagi, and he has no clue. Fuck them. If they want money from Edison, they should just keep re-releasing old sets or just sell the decks like Magic the Gathering does. Day 1 losing to Exodia is insane. He went out like a true hero at 8 a.m. That's really funny. That's like a referential thing too. Exodia FTK is the lazy way to win deck. Yeah, but like, I'll tell you right now, people don't give a fuck if it's lazy. If it wins, that's all they care about. Like, no one is going to care about how lazy it is to win with the deck. That is just play oops all hand traps. That's not, I feel like that's what Christian sent this deck list. This deck list looks like it's oops all hand traps, right? Like, I'm not, like, I don't know, again, I don't know all the cards because there's no fucking way. But like, there are a lot of cards right here that are hand traps, I'm assuming. And he's just like, even his side deck, it looks like all the C's. Like, I think Retaliating C, and I'm not taking this seriously. I don't know if his deck is even serious. I don't know if this is a fucking joke. Like, it's probably just a joke, right? Like, I just don't get the joke because I don't know the cards. Or maybe this is a viable deck. I don't know if this is viable. Like, I have no idea because I don't really actually care about Genesis because I don't intend to play it. For sure, it's overwhelming, and just thinking about it gives me a headache. Exodia being legal with 3 pots just shows how dumb Konami is. Konami is living in their own hyper-competitive bubble and can't relate to your average player. No links, no pendulum, no meta. Hoster just created his own format. I feel like it's just going to be FTKs and hand trap decks. They said F the small retro scene. Let's create something for the entire pool of modern players. Deck building in this format looks like work and not fun. If Konami did this but capped it at the Maximum Crisis set, then this would be awesome. Thanks, Rich, for congrats on the top. Link era Yu-Gi-Oh was where the game went to ass. To be honest, Pot of Greed is 30, Graceful is 40. So basically run 2 Greeds, 1 Graceful instead, make it 100 max. Since everything else is 0. How often are they going to update the point values? They just said they're going to update them frequently. I don't know what it is. I'm just playing Edison and Perfect Circle. The crazy thing to me is I also don't know what most of the cards on that list do. The cards I do know are cards I don't want to play against. Exactly. The cards that I do know about are the ones that I'm like, well, that's pretty, I mean, and granted, I'm sure that this list of 500 cards right here, this list of 500 probably includes most of the toxic shit. But there's no way that you're telling me there are only 500 toxic cards in the game. There's no way I believe that. There's no way in 25 years of Yu-Gi-Oh, which they've been stamping on every fucking card for the last 3 years, there's no way that in 25 years of Yu-Gi-Oh that only 505 of them are a problem. There's no way. I just don't believe you. I don't believe you. There's no way. There's no way. This shit is going to be exploited to the heavens. This shit is going to be exploited for blood. For blood, chat. There's no way. There's no way that this is it. Like, this is it. And everything else is zero. There's no way. There's no fucking way. There's no way. There's been 25-year celebrations for the last 3 years. They have 25 years of cards, and you need to know all of them. Because guess what? Something that was printed in like 2007 might interact real fucking crazy with something that was printed in 2023. Like, those two things that never would have been together in any other environment, they might just be the most broken shit you've ever seen. Zero diff the entire format. Like, why is this not 100 points immediately? Like some nonsense card that no one even thought was playable at any point, but because there was something printed in 2021, it's just like, this is actually the wildest world to live in right now. And this is not even me being a doomer. It's just like, it's just common sense, right? You're saying that every card is legal, and we chose 505 of them to give points. And I get it, you know, there's no links, there's no pendulums, but like, bro, you think the only problem with Yu-Gi-Oh is links and pendulums if you let every card be legal? You think the only problem with Yu-Gi-Oh is that links and pendulums are the issue, but everything else is legal, including the cards that you yourself have already said are problematic by putting them on a fucking ban list for the last 20 years. It is 2025. Ban list started in what? 04, 03? So yeah, I saw it and I was like, obviously I follow Joshua Smith's channel. I follow Jesse Cotton's channel. So I watched their videos, and I watched MBT's video. I watched all the people, like the people who play Modern, right? And they were talking about it. And of course, people who already play Modern, they're eating off of that one way or another. Either you have a shit ton of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and now like all of a sudden your collection is worth a lot more, or it will be worth a lot more as things get broken over time. Like, people are going to need random shit going forward for like if Genesis doesn't just completely flop, if Genesis becomes real and it doesn't completely flop, you're going to need so many random cards. Like right now in Modern, at least you just need whatever's good currently, right? Like if right now Yummy is the deck, then you need a Yummy deck or whatever, or you need a Mitsurugi deck or whatever the fucking, I don't know, whatever it is, right? Tier Elements, what's the other thing? The Kashtira, that was the one. The Flonderies, like when that was the best shit, you needed that at the time, and then that gets power crept or banned or whatever, and then you move on to the next thing, and that's how you keep up. But now it's gonna be people chasing after every little flavor of the week. It's actually, from a capitalist standpoint, brilliant, because they can choose to make any of their shit relevant, right? They can just choose to be like, well, now you basically need this shit that we're printing right now. Like, you need it. Like, more than ever, you need it. Can't play without it. I don't own all the hand traps. Like, I don't have a binder with like 3 Ash, 3 Nibiru, 3 Ghost Bell, 3 Veiler, 3 Maxi, 3 of all the Charmies, 3 Ghost Cherries. Like, I don't have that because I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh when all that shit started coming out. I like your hat, by the way. Thank you, Dominic. I just got this hat. The only thing I don't like about this is they are making everything go up in prices. Yeah, the price of every card is about to just go up, in my opinion. I haven't checked, but like, I don't think you need to be an economist to know that if there's a format where everything is legal, that all of a sudden the entire ban list is worth money. Like, more money than it already was worth. Because like, obviously ban cards are still worth money, but they usually don't hold value that degree unless they're like some specific thing. Like if you have like a first edition Yatagarasu PSA 10, that's going to be worth money. But now, Pot of Greed, like actual Pot of Greed ultis, probably just worth more than they were. We were calling this Fugio for fake Yu-Gi-Oh. That's what the DP stands for in DPE. Yes, DPE stands for double penetration, etc. Stockholm syndrome. I mean, who doesn't love getting DP, Tritron? Not gonna lie, right now you kind of sold me on playing Yu-Gi-Oh again. Shit. I'm looking forward to playing it for casual purposes. I have no intention on playing it at a top level, but damn, my pet decks that I played back from 2010 to 2017 are going to be interesting. Yeah, like that's a really fun thing. I think for casual experience, this is a great thing for a casual experience, but the competitive scene for this is going to be some of the funniest shit you will ever see. And good luck to the judges. Y'all were complaining about, oh, Konami can't get judges because Edison has all these specific rulings, which is cap, by the way. Edison literally has fucking multiple pages on the internet that tell you everything about how the rules work in Edison. So that is not a real complaint. But good luck now having to answer judge calls on literally every possible interaction that could even exist. Like, good luck. You think answering questions from just 2010 was crazy? Wait until you start getting these interactions that you're like, I wouldn't even begin to know how this chain link 6 tier element bullshit works with this other thing that should never have been interacting with this. They're making lists that have 90% combo with any opening hand and end on FTK/OTK next turn. Bro, let Gigavice play it. Now he's getting seeded to death. Oh, he trished him, but it didn't work. It didn't take. Armand, you're excited for Genesis? I'm happy for you. Can you see how happy I am for you? Y'all need to do some studying, but you probably don't need to as much if you're going to stick with 1 or 2 decks. You can't stick with 1 or 2 decks, though. That is at the sole discretion of Konami. It doesn't work like that. And like, I'm not a casual player, as you know. If you're on this channel right now, if you're in the chat, if you're subscribed to this channel, you know I'm not a casual player, right? Like, you already know that. So I'm not playing shit for funsies. Like, I'm not playing the format to like play a pet deck that Konami's never going to touch because it's horrible. I was going to use a much worse word. But if the deck is horrible, I don't care about it because I'm not going to play that. That's not for me. I would only want to play the actual good decks, but good luck finding the good deck. Like, the good decks are going to be the ones that literally don't let your opponent play the game. Which is really funny coming from the guy that just like Frog OTK'd seven people. Pot and Grace are only good to draw into power cards, and when all the power cards are 100 points, what are you drawing into? Play a deck that has a strong end archetype engine. And yes, that is going to be the reality. The joke is that the whole deck is good and playable in Modern. Yo, have you read Simultaneous Equation Canon? You should seriously see that. I guess hand traps being super cheap in points makes Exodia FTK not viable, right? Konami should have given out the Darken and Ultimate Time Wizard. Yeah, like, they're giving... That's another thing. They're giving out Darken Dragons, apparently. I don't know where that is. I forget. There's, like, articles on Genesis format now. Oh, here we go. The Great 2003 Pot of Greed debate. Oh, so they're going to be doing, like... They're going to be doing... Here we go. So it says each Genesis Invitational will have qualifiers on Saturday and finals on Sunday. All day long on Saturday, we'll be running 16-player single elimination flights with a 100-point deck building cap. First and second place in each flight get an exclusive new stitched edge game mat that uses the old retro dueling field before the pendulum and extra monster zones were added. First and second place in each flight get a spot in the Invitational finals on Sunday. First place in each flight gets a card of their choice from the Starlight selection we're bringing along, a briefcase of Starlight rares plucked from prior booster sets, which I think that's really cool. The pricing for this is great. Here's the kicker. The Sunday finals will be one big single elimination tournament, also with a 100-point deck building cap for everyone who qualified on Saturday. First place gets an authentic 2009 ultra rare SJC prize card Dark Dragon. So basically Konami is about to flood the fucking market with a stack of Dark Dragons that they've had sitting around for the last 16 years. It says not a reprint, not a replica, an actual prize card that's been sitting in a vault for 16 years. Also, something about this seems shady to me. Like, maybe because I'm a shady person, like I'm shady, I'm good at being shady. Something about them saying not a reprint, not a replica, when they know that a lot of tournaments are being run and right now, Konami's not dumb. They know that a lot of tournaments are being ran for Dark Dragons in Retro Yu-Gi-Oh! Like that is just, they just know. They know that. There is something very, I dare say, petty about them specifically choosing Dark Dragon as the prize card. Like, they're choosing first place against an authentic 2009 Dark Dragon specifically when we're like having Dark End tournaments right now. That's like the thing that's happening in Edison. I just think that is very interesting. So I don't know. I'm interested in Genesis, but my ass is waiting a while. Gonna let other beta test this shit. Yeah, I think it's smart to wait and see what happens. Sounds like Konami is just trying to business way themselves into getting modern ish players to keep playing modern instead of coming to non-sanctioned alternatives. There's 6,000 monsters in modern. So I feel for judges, shit just got wonky really quick. I wonder how many points card to safe return is. Yeah, you can check the link. Forgot his tokens. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I have not seen. We're gonna put on another duel. Hopefully we can. Is Ronak still playing? All I care about is seeing. I'm sorry, I'm so biased, but like, I like watching my goat play. Not a Trishula, not a cup. Konami reprinting the Dark Dragons as we speak. When reprints, preprint have the old cardboard. Are they printing more SJC Darkens? They're not reprinting them. They have them. Just so you're aware, like Konami has stacks of prize cards. Like they have fucking stacks. Like it's not, they're not reprinting Dark Dragon. They don't have to do that. They literally do have actual like stacks of Dark Dragons. So when they say, and trust me, like, just know that I have been aware of this type of thing for a very long time. I'm not going to say much more on this, but like this is a thing. This is a thing. There are stacks of these fucking prize cards. So they're like this. It's just, but it's just like this line right here reads really interesting to me because like, why are they saying not a reprint, not a replica? Like, I don't know. That language is just very pointed. That's why they're doing this right after nuking Edison. They nuked their Edison. They did not nuke our Edison. As you can see, Edison, like actual Edison is still just completely thriving, bro. In fact, we just got an announcement for another tournament that's happening for Edison next year. Like Edison is, I'm overwhelmed by how many tournaments there are for Edison, bro. Like Edison is thriving. I wonder what the warp is like on a card from 2009 sitting in storage. Yeah. If they're giving out prize card Dark Ends now, they need to bring back Ultimate Time Wizard for use and give that out as the prize card. That'll literally attract a lot of players, which they did this before. In other words, they've used replicas before. They could have been giving out SJC Dark Ends for Ultimate Time Wizard since day one. Yes, they could have been. It doesn't stop with Dark Dragon, by the way. Like, they have all the prize cards. They just have a shit ton of stuff. I mean, like, you have to imagine when they print these things, they're not like, let's print just a page of them. Let's just print, like, one sheet of Dark Dragon. Like, they did not just print one sheet. And this goes for other things too, like Crush Card Virus. Like, there are some things out there that are, yeah. I don't know. I think that if you're not a modern player, this is not for you. This is not really your thing. This is not your zhuzh. And if you're not a Yu-Gi-Oh player, it's really not for you. Like, this isn't solving the problem of getting people to play Yu-Gi-Oh that don't already play Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm still wondering when they are going to try to address that problem, because this is not it. If I do not play Yu-Gi-Oh and you show me, okay, think about how complicated this is. You tell me you have 100 points. You can build a deck, and there are 505 cards here. Mind you, you don't play Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way. Keep that in mind. Not the fucking people who are here. We all play Yu-Gi-Oh. We all understand how Yu-Gi-Oh works. Imagine you don't play Yu-Gi-Oh at all. Imagine you just don't know fuck shit about Yu-Gi-Oh. You don't know fuck about shit. You are Roof from Ozark. You don't know fuck about shit about Yu-Gi-Oh. And somebody tells you that this is how the game is played. You have 100 points to build your deck, and this list right here is going to dictate what you can and cannot put in your deck, and then everything else you can put in your deck at 3 copies. Have fun making something that actually doesn't just get absolutely railed every single game. They probably get thousands of sheets of them Dark Lords sitting around. That's their favorite thing to give away. Big Konami jerks hiding all those Dark and prize cards they could have given out as prize cards for us. Bro, I can remember getting destroyed by SJC CCV before it was printed in the Gold Series. The bounty with PC Monarchs. Shit stung. Yeah, exactly. It is called Genesis because you have to know the game from the beginning to be able to play. Logan, you cooked with that. It is called Genesis because you have to... Hold on. Let me end the poll. I just realized the poll's still going because I want to pin Logan's... I want to pin Logan's message. This is actually gold. It's called Genesis because you have to know the game from the beginning to be able to play. Like, good luck getting children to play Genesis format, bro. Also, it's not lost on me. I'm going to say this as well. It's not lost on me that like Master Duel is going to be insanity when they incorporate this point system into Master Duel so that Genesis is just on Master Duel. And honestly, for me, for the sake of content purposes, I would probably do that because I mentioned this when I was with Simo. Like a Master Duel, I don't want to have to buy real cards and keep buying real cards or whatever. But a Master Duel version of like Genesis would actually be somewhat appealing because it's just like an online simulator type of thing, even though I'm sure that they still are going to tax you on Master Duel as well. I do have friends who haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in years text me about being interested in trying out Genesis because they can play Pot Agree and there's no pendulums links. Yes, and they're going to be interested for all of 2 weeks. They're going to be interested in playing Yu-Gi-Oh for all of 2 weeks. And when they come back and they find out, oh God, this is way worse, they're going to be like, how did it get like this? Like, at what point did like your turn take 15 minutes and I'm supposed to just sit there and watch you do that? Damn. All right, I gotta put on my good music. Y'all know I can't go long without listening to this soundtrack. Who else is dueling over here? What format y'all think they're playing right now? Like, what format do you think this is? The removal of pendulums and links, but cards that require them being on a list is also just showing how shit Konami is. I just finished my first advanced pharmacology exam and questioning my decision to go back to school for my doctorate. I feel like you're too committed at this point. You just have to keep going. You have to be like Eren Yeager. I just have to keep going. I just have to keep moving forward. Genesis seems very friendly to casual play, and I think that's not a bad thing. Yes. It can be friendly to casual play if you don't run into someone competitive. Yes, I agree. I think the competitive scene for that format is going to be very, very, very toxic. It's going to be exactly what modern Yu-Gi-Oh is. Like, it's not really going to be that much different. Like, links and pendulums are not the only thing wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh! And I feel like Konami suggesting that that's the case is wild to me. Also, again, I think that the new time rules, are going to be so bad in this particular format in Genesis because you just don't know all the cards, bro. And there are going to be a lot of different strategies, like more than Modern has at one time. Like, there's going to be shit that you're just like, okay, wait, what's happening? Hold on, I have to read this. Okay, now I have to read this. Now I have to read. Okay, so you're saying that this does that, and then this you're chaining this, and it. Okay, well, wait, I have a response. Hold on. It's not friendly to casuals unless the casuals are people who have been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for the last several years. Because if you haven't been playing Yu-Gi-Oh, if somebody quit Yu-Gi-Oh for like 5 years and they heard about Genesis and they tried to come back and like play Genesis, unless they're playing literally just with their friends who are like all just casual fucks, if they try to go to locals or try to go to anything higher like a YCS, I mean, you're donating to the prize pool, I guess. Like, congrats, like you are donating to the prize pool. In my opinion, hand traps is one of the things that hurts Genesis. Yeah, that's a. I mean, clearly they know that hand traps are like busted, and that hand traps basically like rule Yu-Gi-Oh. Someone has still not told me if this deck is viable, by the way. Like, what is this? This is from Ready for Duel. I don't know, like, is this deck broken? I just don't. What am I looking at, chat? Oh, fuck. I closed that window. Oh, that's so annoying. Who are we just... I don't even know. Oh, we were watching this. About to be a whole bunch of double game losses. Hey, sorry. What were the changes if you don't mind a brief summary? I'm literally one of the casuals. Oh, you have to just read the documents and stuff. I can't even. I just got telling my girlfriend last night, what the fuck am I even supposed to do? Memorize 15,000 cards, so dumb. But casual players aren't going to YCS. They do though. That's just false. Casual players go to YCSs all the time. Have you never been to a YCS? Casual players go to YCSs all the time, especially when the YCS is literally in their city. Like, a lot of people go to tournaments that are like, oh, if there's a tournament in Philly, there are people who I know in Philly who have never been like to a YCS Cali like I have. But if there's a Philly YCS, there are people from my area who will go who are fucking straight up casuals. So that's just false. Caveism says, I'm as casual as it gets, and I go to every local YCS. Yeah, if there's a YCS in Maryland or Pittsburgh, like there is a Pittsburgh one coming up. I live in Philly, so I'm like close to Pittsburgh. I'm in Pennsylvania. It's like a 5-hour drive or a 1-hour flight. Not even 1 hour. It's like 40 minutes because I actually won a flight to nationals when I won a YCS, and it was in Pittsburgh that year. And I was like, this flight is a joke. It took longer to take off than it did to actually fly. But I digress. Casuals go to YCSs, full stop. Casuals make up the majority in YCSs. That's also true. That is also just facts. Casuals make up the majority of literally any tournament, because if you don't have casuals, you do not have a environment that is sustainable. You need casuals. You need casuals to enter. You need them. I just mean most casuals aren't getting their fix of Yu-Gi-Oh primarily from YCSs. Right, and I agree with that. I'm sorry for saying an incorrect thing. Yeah, most casuals, like I have friends that I grew up with, and we played Yu-Gi-Oh when we grew up. Obviously, I went on to be like a super competitive fucker in Yu-Gi-Oh, and they, you know, congratulate me and they're like happy for me, but they do not keep up with Yu-Gi-Oh at all. They would love the idea of being able to play Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity and Painful Choice and things like that, for sure. But if I showed up with my competitive ass mindset with a real 2025 modern Genesis deck, and I played versus my friend who just wants to play his Pot of Greeds and Graceful Charity and like whatever else, he's not going to have fun. I'm sorry. I could literally make him feel bad. Like I could literally make every one of my childhood friends feel awful about playing their casual deck. Like I would have to purposely choose to not play a competitive deck, which is fine. Like again, they did say that you can adjust the point values or whatever like that. I still think the card pool is entirely too vast though. I think that like, why are all cards that have ever been printed just legal? I don't, oh my God, I just think that's so crazy. I think it's so crazy to be like, know all the cards, look through all the cards, like look through all of them, fucker. Look through every single card. Imagine Fraser top in the first Genesis YCS. There's no shot. There's no shot. I don't even believe, like, I'm not egotistical enough to believe that I would be able to top a Genesis YCS because I just have not played Yu-Gi-Oh in 8 years. I've not played modern Yu-Gi-Oh in 8 years. Did you see, did you guys ever watch those videos that I did where I brought like Chris LeBlanc on the channel to play Modern with me, and I had like another one where me and Stengo played Modern, and I literally didn't know what was going on, and I was like, you can probably tell if you know me by now, I was a little frustrated, especially in the Chris LeBlanc one. I did not enjoy myself with the snake eye thing. That rubbed me the wrong way so bad, and it's not Chris LeBlanc's fault at all. He's won 7 YCSs or whatever, great player. But I could not. We did a combo that was so long that our opponent eventually quit the game because it just took too long. I'm like, what do I do with this? He's like, put this in the back row. And then you're going to do this, you're going to do this, and then this is going to be summoned out the back row to the front row, and then you're going to link these off for this thing, and then this is going to come out, and then you're going to do this, and then you're going to do this, and it's like, and our opponent just eventually quit. They just fucking quit. Like, it's in the video. They just quit. And I'm just sitting there like kind of frustrated because I'm being puppeteered for a turn that is literally it's edging on 20 minutes. You know the content is good when you want to watch the stream versus continuing to compete in a tournament. Brandon, I love you, bro. I feel like I've been seeing you a lot lately because you've been going to the events. Like you went to Midwest and you went to Chicago. So I've been like seeing you a lot lately. Snake Eye was too much. And I get that Snake Eye is banned because the Link monsters, you can't play Links. So like, I shouldn't say that. That's ignorant. I actually don't know that to be true. I don't know that Snake Eye is unplayable. I take that back. You just can't play Links. Robert says, Konami missed so much shit on that initial list. You can play 6 cents, but it's literally 65 points. But you can play 6 cents. Marcus said, I already hit up Jesse. Give me 10 days. He's talking about Jesse Cotton. Yeah, exactly. Like, this shit is going to be... Genesis is about to be... I won't even lie. I'm jealous that I have not been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for the last 8 years when they finally decided to do some ignorant shit like this, because the people who have been, the people who are like really good at deck building, like the cracked people, they are going to like farm prize cards. Like it's about like that format is going to get farmed for prize cards. All I'm gonna say is a lot of people are about to have a max rarity value deck because a lot of people only are missing an SJC Dark End. Like, I'm just saying that there's going to be a lot of people with max rarity value turbo decks in Edison because of the sheer amount of fucking Dark Ends that are about to just be on the market. And it, obviously because there's so many Dark Ends entering the market, that the card will decrease in value. How much do you think the Dark End will settle at? I cannot predict the future. That is not a real question. Are you really jealous though? Be honest. No, I really am, Vincent. I'm not being hyperbolic and I'm not being facetious. I am really jealous that I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Seriously for a very long time, right? And if something like this would have happened when I was playing competitively, and like Billy and Jeff and Hoban and all the other people who were like really good, if that would have happened back then, it would have been such a good time. But all of us basically stopped. And I know Jeff still plays sometimes, but like, yeah. I know. Oh, there we go. Okay, round 3 is starting now. Let me set timer. Okay, so who is now 2-0? Let's see. What pool of players do I want to watch from? Spore still undefeated. Nefarian Puke. T-Man. Jonoichi. Damn, they kicked me out that fast? I was just in here. Alright. Genesis format, baby. I'm gonna watch T-Man and Patrick. Darken will probably settle at 2.5 to 3K, but that means you would get up a lot of your other experiences you've had in the last 7-8 years. I wasn't thinking about it like that, Vincent. Like, come on. Like, damn. Swap Frog on the list kills me. Big format. Wait, is Swap Frog on that list? What? Wait, what? Is that real? Bro, why is Swap Frog on the list? Why is he also 33 points? God damn. They said, fuck me. Substitute is 60 points. Oh, so they didn't even want me to have fun. They were like, yeah, your black ass, you're done. You're done. You think it will be more popular than Modern? Yes. Yes, I do think it will be more popular than Modern. I think that Konami actually intends to make this the main way to play Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way. Call me crazy. It's very early to say it, but I'm just going to say the thing that I usually just think and don't say out loud. I think that Konami intends to replace Yu-Gi-Oh with this format. I think that this is the end goal. This is like late stage capitalism Yu-Gi-Oh. It is a brilliant idea to monetize your entire library, bro. This is going to be a ruling nightmare. I feel bad for the people who literally will have to read cards and their opponent is literally calling a judge on them because there's only 50 minutes. And like 50 minutes is a lot of time to play Edison, but Modern Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh no. Magic did this too. Yeah, everyone's saying Canadian Highlander. All right, so we doing hamsters or Icarus? Come on, Marcus, you cannot do this to me, bro. You can't do this. Hamsters or Icarus? Hamsters or Icarus is crazy. I agree because it gets society off their ass for begging for a list every 3 months. Yeah, like they can just adjust the point values of cards at a whim, which is what, you know, they're going to do. And it's much easier than maintaining a ban list, right? You just like, you see like one little issue and you just go, all right, well, we just made this card cost 100 and now that entire thing is gone and you don't really have to really like think too much about it. Paleo and Sprite abuse Swap Frog, sadly. So I have to suffer because of a deck that came out in 2022 is what you're telling me? Nice. Nice. Fuck my drag. I gotta suffer because Paleo and Sprite abuse Swap Frog. That has nothing to do with me. But yet and still, my Swap Frog and my Substitute are at like... I can play one Substitute and one Swap Frog, and I have to kick rocks. But outside of like, so that's my opinion on Genesis. I think that if, to summarize, too long didn't read, if you just came in or you just like, you know, want a summary, I think that Genesis is a great format for people who already play Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Or understand Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think that people who do not, and people who don't, if you don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! At all, and you will be coming into Yu-Gi-Oh! Genesis is not for you. And if you are a retro player like me, and there are plenty of people who are like me who do not keep up with Modern at all, I'm pretty sure Eric Shin also doesn't keep up with Modern at all. Like he wouldn't know what the fuck to do with like a yummy deck either. It's also just not for people like that who just like, you've technically been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For the last couple years, but you haven't been playing to know all the shit that is like broken of the last couple years. Do you think Genesis would be better if they set a cutoff release date, everything prior to 2015 or something? Yes, I do, but that defeats the capitalist purpose of Genesis format. You have to remember and keep this in the front of your brain at all times. Konami is a business. They are trying to, not trying to, they are going to monetize the entire library of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is a brilliant way to sell you cards from any point. They can just choose to force like, and technically a ban list could do the same thing, but for whatever reason, they just really hated giving you guys ban lists every 3 months or whatever it is. But they can just force like a certain meta by just adjusting a dial slightly. Like they just turn a dial a little bit and they're like, and now you all need this card, which we conveniently just put in the 27-year collection. And you need it to play. My girlfriend is a data scientist, and we were talking about how they must have fed an algorithm deck list and master duel data to generate the point list. Yeah, because I was wondering this, and I guess that from a data science standpoint, and I actually work with a lot of data scientists in my day-to-day accounting life because they're necessary to do a lot of our like accruals and just estimates and things like that. But I think you're right. There's no way a group of people came up with this random list of like numbers on these cards and stuff. It had to be done with like technology. Like people did not comb through all, I don't know how many Yu-Gi-Oh cards there are, but people did not comb through 10,000s of Yu-Gi-Oh cards to come up with this list of 505 and then also assign them points. Some technology was for sure used. Some data science tool was for sure used in the creation of this. What was that list? That is a list of all the things in Genesis format that have points. So I'm going to put this link in the chat because I see like this is going to be a, I'll pin this link. So basically this list is just the cards that have points assigned to them. There's only 505 cards that have points, and your deck list can only contain a max of 100 points, which basically means that if you put Abyss Dweller in your deck, right? Abyss Dweller is worth 100 points. If Abyss Dweller is in your deck, you cannot have a single other card from this entire list in your deck list. That is what that means. If you play a Landing Edge Dragoons, which costs 40 points, you have 60 more space. It's very simple to like understand that, but what's not simple is that everything that's not on that 505 card list and everything that is not a pendulum, so pendulum and links are banned across the board. Everything that's not on that 505 card list is legal at 3 and costs 0. This got so bad. They definitely thought about like a lot of it when it comes to stopping FTKs and things like that, but I literally watched Stango get FTK last night. I swear to God I did. Like where is, I wonder if Stango is busy right now. He's not even, it looks like he's not even on Discord right now. That's interesting. What's up, Evolution? How are you doing, King? Evolution. I will publicly say that I did offer Sasha money for game 3 of round 8. I started the day 5-0, lost my last 2 rounds, got tilted and really wanted the mat. He declined my offer and we played the game out normally. I was under a lot of stress and I didn't think about what I was doing in the moment. I truly apologize for what I did. I have never before and would never do it again. It breaks my heart that I've tarnished my top, but I completely and totally understand. I did earn this top completely without buying any wins, and you can ask any of my opponents. We also had 4 minutes left going into game 3 and I was going first. I could have time scummed him, but I did not because that's not me. And I wouldn't have enjoyed winning that way. I rushed through my plays as fast as possible and took his life points to 0 as time was being called. Interesting. So for people who are like, what the fuck are you reading? What is going on? So basically, this guy topped RBET, I guess, with me in Chicago last weekend. I don't know who this is, but they apparently were in top 16. They offered RBT champion Sasha Egger in the final round of Swiss. They offered him $150 to scoop. They like, he puts it all here. Where is he saying at? My round 8 opponent also tried to use Necro in game 1, blah, blah, blah. Game 1 takes forever. Eventually we are, okay, here we go. So game 3, as we are siding and there's like 5 minutes left, the dude straight up says, I'll give you $150 for the win. Could have potentially called a judge, but decided not to. Then game 3, he opened like Dust Shoot, Armor Knight, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, damn, that sucks. He tried to dark rob you. And he's like, I was pretty stunned, but I think if I called the judge, they would have backed what I said because there was a bunch of people watching and standing around who heard him. So basically his opponent tried to bribe him and offer him $150 for the win, and he declined it. The guy ended up beating him, and the guy topped, and the guy is apologizing for trying to bribe him, which is obviously, if you don't know, but I think it's pretty obvious, you cannot bribe your opponent for wins in Yu-Gi-Oh, even though I know some people who have done just that to get their tops. But yeah, so that guy wrote an apology saying like, I would never do that. It's funny that in this apology though, he says, I also thought about time scumming him. I could have time scummed him, but I did not because that's not me. But okay, so you bribed. But you're like, time scumming is where I draw the line. God damn it. I draw the line at time scumming. But I'll take this 150 though. Take this 150 and walk away. Yeah. Would have been interested in playing Dragon Roller in Genesis format if you didn't watch Stango's game. No. What? No. Where'd you get that from? Bro definitely bought another win. Bro doing an IMNerd confessional. You know, what are you reading? Admitting that in a Facebook post is a wild move. Was that a Facebook post? I thought that was Discord. It looked like Discord to me. Or is that Facebook? Oh, this is definitely Facebook, isn't it? I didn't even notice that. I just assumed this is definitely Facebook because it says like author. New YouTube series right there. I am their confessions. That's my screen cap. Oh, you captured that screenshot? The fact he thinks Sasha needs $150 is insane. I told Sasha it was lame that he offered to bribe, and calling a judge is also lame. Easier to chuckle at him and cook. Take my money, not my time. He definitely paid for the cat. Said money ain't nothing. Money ain't a thing, throw it out like rice. Go around the World Cup, the same thing twice. Oh, he deleted the screenshot? I mean, it's out there. Once you, like, I think deleting... The internet is forever. I just want people to understand that. That's all I got for you, chat. The internet is forever. The internet is absolutely forever, bro. Where is Sanji in chat? What do you mean? Like, I don't think I would call the judge either if my opponent tried to give me $150 for the win. I've been robbed before. You know what's funny? I have a funny story to tell y'all. So when I topped YCS Charlotte in 2011, which was with Dragoonities, this is my second ever top, by the way. So my first top is Gravekeepers. My second top is Dragoonity. And it was at YCS Charlotte. I played on the very last round against GK. Now this is really interesting, right? Because like I literally just went with this deck. But I also swore to never play it again. So I am playing the final round of Swiss at YCS Charlotte 2011. I am playing Dragoonity against Gravekeepers, and I'm playing one of Jeff Jones' friends. I've never seen this man before, but we're dueling, and we go deep into like game 3 or game 2 or whatever. And he goes, and this is going to sound wild when I say it, but just trust me. Like, this is a trust me bro moment, but I swear to God, everything I'm saying is like 100%. It's going to just sound wild. So I want to preface this by saying this is not going to sound real at all. We're playing the game and like it's getting close to time. I'm also winning, by the way, because Dragoonities has a natural good matchup against GK if you happen to see Ravine more than they see Necro Valley, because you can just back at this time, this is when you can just play Ravine over top of Necro Valley. So I can just activate my shit on top of yours and like your Necro Valley goes away. I could also side close forest and stuff like that if I wanted to, but to the point, we're playing and I'm very clearly going to win and collect my second top. And he leans in and goes, would you take $5 for the win? I'm gonna say that one more time because I know some of y'all didn't hear me. He leans in and he goes, would you take $5 for the win? And I like, I'm appalled because while I certainly was not some like rich snob kid or anything like that, I had more money than $5 could ever do something for me in 2011. So like, I just looked at him, was like, what? He was like, would you take $5 for the win? I was like, no. He's like, well, what would you want? I'm like, nothing. Because at this time, you have to remember, like, this is me trying to build my Yu-Gi-Oh career. Like this is the best thing that's ever happened. Like I'm about to top again. I won an event. I won a YCS. And I'm about to top an event again with a different deck. Like I'm out here trying to prove myself and shit. And you're like trying to bribe me for $5. So what's scary about this is that a fucking judge was standing in earshot of the conversation. And a judge goes, excuse me, what are you two discussing? And I was like, we're not discussing anything because my opponent is delusional. And he's like, I heard an offer for money. And so then I was like, because I tried to not bring it up. I tried to not be like, yo, he just robbed me. I was like, I'm already going to win. And I already declined his offer. So like, whatever. But the judge was like, that's not what I heard. And so I get really nervous. I'm like really scared because I'm like, oh God, he's going to think that like we're in an agreement to collude, because collusion gets you fucking banned. It gets you both ejected from the event. And like, obviously I don't want to get fucking banned. I don't want to get ejected from the event. I'm literally about to top. Like, so the judge is like, hold on one second. I'm going to go get the head judge. So then me and the guy are like staring at each other, just like, and everybody around on our left and right is just like looking at us, because also the people sitting next to us heard him say, would you take $5 for the win? Which is fucking so wild. And I'm so glad they were there, because nobody else would ever believe me when I say that. So the head judge comes over, who I believe at the time, I want to say it was Robert Wakeland. If he wasn't the head judge, I feel like he was a judge, but I remember being questioned. So this is what they did. They said, what happened? I said, and when the head judge came over, I was like, he offered me $5 for him to take the win. I told him straight up. I was like, he offered me $5 to take the win. Because at this point, the floor judge had already heard it and heard me like going back and forth with him. Like, what would you do if not $5? Like, how much more or whatever. So head judge comes up. He's like, tell me what happened here. And I'm like, my opponent tried to bribe me for $5 to take the win, and I declined. And then the guy goes, that's not what happened. I did not try to bribe you. And I was like, you absolutely tried to bribe me. He's like, no, I didn't. I was like, you absolutely tried to bribe me for the win. You 100% fucking offered me $5, the audacity of which is crazy to me, by the way. I was like, I'm already going to win this game. I have no incentive. Like, it's not the other way around. I have no incentive to offer you anything because I'm already beating you. And I just started laying in. So then the head judge was like, hold on, chill out. He tells that guy, who I believe his name is Scott, by the way. I want to say, if my memory's coming back a little bit more, I want to say this guy's name was something with Scott in it. I feel like his name had Scott in it, and he was Jeff Jones's friend. He gets taken behind the curtain with the head judge, and the head judge brings him back out after a while. Like, they're going for a significant amount of time, and I'm just sitting there, and now it's like super awkward because I'm just sitting there and there's a bunch of people looking at me, and I'm like the new YCS champion on the block, and it's just really awkward. And eventually the head judge comes back and he's like, Frazier, you come with me. So then I come with the judge behind the curtain, and he starts questioning me, and he's like, what happened? And I was like, we were playing, everything was going fine, like, and then he just offers me $5. And this is the part that I hate saying because it's such a fucking insult and egregious amount of money to offer. But I was like, he offered me $5 for the win. And he was like, and then what? And I was like, I told him no. I was like, why would I? Like, no. And then he tried to like up the value, and I was like, absolutely not. And that's what happened. And then that floor judge came over. The floor judge heard it all, and it was like, you know, I heard what this conversation was about, and I'm going to go get a judge. I'm going to get somebody higher than me. And that's where you came in. And so he was like, okay, well, his story, he's talking about the guy whose name's Scott. He said, his story does not match that at all, but your story matches my floor judge's story. And we've asked a couple other people who were in the area, and like that you guys all have the same story. And his story is just a complete different thing. So I'm like super relieved. I'm like, okay, so now what? He's like, so you're going to get the win for this round. Mind you, it's the last round. This is the last round of Swiss. He's like, you're going to get the win for this round, and like your opponent's going to be DQ'd. And I was like, okay. And that is the end of that. Like, I just walked back over to, so I also left my bag and my things. I had my calculator, my spell ground mat, like all of my things just like there. And I was reading, so I had my calculator case, and like all of my shit just like stayed, like I didn't bring it with me behind the curtain. That shit all stayed there. And I believe they had a judge watch my things, which I hated the idea of that. But like, yeah, they gave me the win. They disqualified the guy, and then I topped. I topped the YCS Charlotte 2011 with Dragunities. But that is what happened last round, and I'll never forget because he offered me the most egregious amount of money that anyone has ever offered me for a bribe before. And I have been offered bribes many times in Yu-Gi-Oh, but that was the craziest shit that has ever happened. Also, I'm going to read some in the chat, but give me a second to put another match on. As back, because like, you know, we don't actually watch the matches, we just use them as background at this point. That's what this fucking stream, these streams have become. Yu-Gi-Oh in the background and story time with Frazier, if we're being honest, right? Like, this is not like, I have not watched a single moment. Oh, so yeah, let me read the chat. Evolution said motherfuckers loves the story. God damn it. Why did they finish as soon as I came in? No. I gotta find another one, chat. I need somebody else to be doing this. I need to be like, I just want to be the guy in the chair. I don't want to be a TO. I don't want to judge call. I just want to tell stories about Yu-Gi-Oh from the era 2007 till now, basically. Like, just the juiciest stories that I've learned over, or like know or lived through over the last 15 years. I guess I'll watch this because I know that this person's in the tournament. Anyway, he offered the top for the win. He wanted to sling your Dark Magician. That's crazy. Bro, everywhere I go, they're just like losing. This isn't real. I'm never going to be able to watch anything because this isn't, I'm never going to be able to talk about my story if I can't fucking get past this tournament. Is anyone even still playing, bro? I hate this unrated thing, by the way. There's so many people in here. And what's hard about it is that when it was Edison unrated, you can tell because it's, you know, there's a bunch of rated matches. So I could tell what my tournament was by just going down the list. But with this shit, I genuinely don't really know. There's just too many people. Anyway, how about this? How about because I think that like this round is actually probably over. There's only 2 rounds that, or 3 rounds that need to be reported, but we just watched Spore win. Okay, so Zero and Cody just got reported. Junoichi needs to report. And Bryant Vargas, I don't know who won. Oh, they're still playing. We are Yu-Gi-Oh players. We all want the top, not the cash. Exactly. Like, also $5. Like, let's be for real. But yeah, we are definitely Yu-Gi-Oh players. Like, the glory is what we play for anyway. We're not, there's nothing else to really gain. Now I'm calling you broke. $5. I just did the balloon airing out laughing. I'll whoopee cushion laugh. I love Dragunities. I doubt they're good in Genesis, but it's one of the 3 decks I want to try. Was legit offered money to throw a match in Raleigh 2023 round 11. Thought about it since the money was more valuable than the top cut pricing. You want a fresh pack of cards for the win? Like, at least 50, bro. Come on. That's not only moronic, it's disrespectful to your time and intelligence. Exactly. Like, I genuinely thought, I was like, this is disrespectful as hell. $5 whole dollar dues. $5 is fucking crazy. Yeah, $5 is actually outrageously crazy. Isn't there a name that you can get somebody's DB name? I don't know the command. I do not remember the fucking command. 2011, if you put that $5 in Bitcoin, you be up a good 100 bands today. Fuck off, Vita. You're not wrong, but still fuck off. I would actually be up more than 100 bands if I put $5 into Bitcoin in 2011. Is this the first time this story has ever been told? Publicly, yes. All of my friends know about it, like Silverman and McCabe and them, because obviously, like, at that time we were traveling together, and like it's a known story amongst people in the like inner circle, but it's not a widespread thing. Oh, username is what you use. Maybe? Somebody says Scott, it had to be him. I don't think it's the Scott McIntyre guy. I mean, you know what's the thing? Every time I tell one of these stories, we always go on the internet and then like verify, and then it turns out I'm right. Like when I said I went undefeated at Nationals 2012, day one with windups, and like we found actual articles of me at table 1 in round 10 playing against like Mark Velez or whatever. Oh, here it is. I'm sure that YCS Charlotte 2011, like I'm sure that okay, this is not what I'm looking for. Okay, here's my deck profile on Konami's website. Actually, I guess I should go back there because maybe they have. Also, this page is like entirely too zoomed in, like holy shit. Okay, 2011 Charlotte. What order is this in? 2009 Shonen Jumps, Ultimate Duelist Series, Charlotte. Here we go. Top 32 from Charlotte. Now, I'm trying to think about what the best way to find, like, they have a you know how they do the thing where they're like, look who's playing in the top tables last round or something like that? I wonder if they did something like that. Honorable Nazar, the quarterfinals is about to begin. Fraser Smith versus botanist Jacob Haar. So I had a top 32 feature match, which I completely forgot that this was even a thing. Fraser Smith fights back from Jacob Haar's 8,000 to 100 life point lead in Duel 3 to defeat Haar in one turn. Smith is moving on to top 16. I do not remember that. That's funny that I remember the $5 bribe more than I remember beating my opponent with 100 life points and killing them in one turn from 8,000. I do not remember that at all. I actually have to read like what the hell happened. Now, in terms of, it doesn't look like there is a. This looks like this is before the time when they started to do like, you know, who's at the top tables or whatever. Yeah, and I wasn't even there at this point. That's unfortunate. I feel like they did standings and stuff still back then. Now, like 2011 is still very early for the way Konami coverage was set up. I feel like maybe they stopped doing standings at this point. Because if you could see the standings, I could get the guy's name because I really want his name. But I'm like 99% sure his name was Scott. Because you don't forget a disrespect on that level. $5 fucking, I'd be livid. Like you said, the audacity. This story sounds very familiar. Oh no, now Uzu's saying very familiar. Well, you were a judge at this time as well. This is wild because I know how serious they take that kind of thing for sure. Imagine putting it all on the line for $5 fucking. Stream count just went down 1 viewer. Scott heard you. Imagine bribing someone $5 to get a top at a YC. That's fucking embarrassing. If that's actually true, we're here for Fraser stories. That's what we're here for. He could have won a YCS for sure if you accepted his solid offer. Why did they finish as soon as I came in? It sounds wild, especially with your eyes closed. I got bribed at my first YCS when I was 14. A tell-all Yu-Gi-Oh history novel from Fraser would slap. Bro, if I did a tell-all, I would have to fully be removed from the game though. Like I would have to fully be like, I am not doing content. I am not a competitor. I am nothing. I am literally like living my life outside of Yu-Gi-Oh completely if I did a tell-all, because that tell-all, I will for sure just not be allowed to play the game again. Like for sure. Like a tell-all would go so dummy. Some dickhead tried to bribe me to get a Nats invite back in 2014. Hydro says he thinks he was offered $100, and when you got brought, at least that's kind of respectable. Yeah, I mean, I would have still said no to $100 because again, $100 is not, and I feel like for anybody, I was already 20 years old, so like $100 is not moving the needle. Bucket hat's back. I like this bucket hat because it's from Rick Owens, which is my favorite designer. So that's why I'm wearing this one. I just got this hat. It was on sale for like 350 bucks or something. It was originally like 550, and I was like, well, I'm buying this. I've been eyeing this hat for a while. Here's the exact hat. But this is my favorite designer, Rick Owens. So when I saw this hat was originally what, $590, and it was discounted by 43%. I was like, well, I need it. I'm buying it. Anyway. But yeah, $5 for a bra, bro. $5 bra. My first time entering a major Yu-Gi-Oh event was 2025, so it was for sure not me. I was offered $25 to throw round one in an Edison monthly and took it. Proceeded to go undefeated after that and ended up getting in the top cut and second place. Wow. Very nice. I remember that arc of anime very well because Mark was in our car that Nats. As a classic anime style comeback, well done. Could redact names. Yeah, I mean, I would not do a tell-all until again I am fully removed from the game. Like even if I change, because I would still have to change the names, because some of the things that I would have to like tell about certain players, even if I change their names, like it would not be hard to piece together who's who and what's what. And some of the things are just like, I mean, you really can't say certain things in a book without proof, right? And like I can't prove without obviously the only way I could prove things is like, okay, well, this other person, you were there, you can also vouch that this did happen, that this was said, that this happened or whatever. But like even that is just, I'm not trying to get fucking sued by people, you know what I mean? Like it's not that serious. How much would it have cost you to actually scoop? Everyone has a price. I think so. Everyone has a price, sure, but the amount of money that it would have cost him for younger me to scoop would have been an unrealistic amount that like isn't even worth discussing, because I cared more about topping an event, because that would have been, again, this is my second ever top. I cared more about topping this event than I cared about money. Like money was not on my mind as like the end all be all thing at this time. Like I very much so rather had like, yeah, I'd rather have the top. Like the old me would rather have the top. Because at that time I was like, I'm building a legacy. Like I'm doing that whole thing, and I played this game since I was a kid, and I was like, I'm finally seeing some results. And again, second time ever like being in a top cut, possibly winning. You know, you could always win every time you top. Okay, I set a timer for the next round, so who's undefeated? Who is actually undefeated at this point? We have Patrick Star, Spore, Rondak, Nefarian. Okay. And then who's playing each other? Spore's playing Patrick and Rondak is playing Nefarian. Yugi boy. It's good. Okay. All right. Mike Albanese has some of my all-time favorite Yu-Gi-Oh stories. Yeah, Mike Albanese is actually one of my favorite people to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh stories with, not the game itself, because the game is the game, whatever. But like, Mike is hilarious the way he tells stories. I think him and Silverman are like the funniest two Yu-Gi-Oh players to tell stories in the world. I was offered $50 for a win round 1 at that YCS. Got offered $50 regional during original redo. The guy was playing GK and I was playing Dark World. He blind road tribute sees 4 Dark Worlds and asked would I take 50 for the win. Damn, I am sad. Ultimate Time Wizard is dead. I like seeing both groups of friends at events. Me too. That is one of the things that I will miss, is that like when I would go to a YCS for Ultimate Time Wizard, I would see Silverman and Dallas Bailey vending and like, you know, all the people that I've known for years. Like I even see like Billy and them there, and it's nice to just see those people who I basically grew up around in a way. Like I spent 10 years of my life around this group of people, constantly seeing them every month, because you have to imagine I was going to like every event, so you get used to seeing someone every single month. It's weird because you're coming from all different parts of the world. It's like Billy lived in Texas, Jeff lived in, was it Minnesota or like near the Detroit, Michigan area? I think he's in Michigan. You got like a bunch of people coming from California, Hoban's coming from Georgia. Like all of my like everybody's coming from all these different parts of the world, but we see each other every couple weeks, like literally like every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks, we literally see each other. So you just can kind of used to just seeing these people all the time, and it doesn't even feel like you live in completely different parts of the country, but you do. That Noble Blackwing thumbnail, you like that? Noble Blackwings? Oh my god. Oh my god. Why does it feel like Ronak just has such strong main character energy, bro? Like why is his aura just that ridiculous? He has so much aura, and it's weird because you only ever really see this guy online. Like he does actually play in real life events too, and he's been at like RBT New York where he topped last year. But he has such a strong all-on aura, and it's so weird how he does that. You got a very white hairstyle there. The Noble, you like the Noble fucking, let me see if I can find that picture. I have it here somewhere. I think it's in the thumbnails folder. Fucking Noble. Look at Kenny. Like, don't talk about me. Look at fucking Kenny, bro. Look ridiculous. This looks so ridiculous. And then Nolan across out with his fucking Kodachi, his short ass sword. This is a crazy picture. This is a crazy pic. have you found the easy broken FTKs in Genesis yet? I have not. I don't play Genesis. I don't intend to play Genesis either. I only saw Stango playing a couple games last night, and I saw him get I don't know if it was FTK'd, but he lost to Exodia. He got Exodia. The guy kept drawing cards and never stopped, and then he lost, and we just sat there and laughed at him. You kind of have Johann Liebert hair. I do kind of have Johann Liebert hair, actually, don't I? That's true. The hairstyle is crazy. That hairstyle is fucking crazy. It's still Kenny for me, though. Kenny just looks like a French king or something. That format is just going to be FTKs. Sounds like a solid hell format. Just fucking draw Exodia turn 1. The Eradicator Warlock FTK video you put on your channel a while back is still very funny to me. That is one of the funniest videos we've ever done. I'm curious what other dumb FTKs are in Edison. There's the other one that's like Exodia, where you just Royal Magical Library. Like if you open Royal Magical Library and like Toon Table of Contents, your win percentage for that specific game is really, really high. Like it's like a 2-card combo that just like, yeah, you might just get there off of just this. But yeah, Eradicator FTK is hilarious because it's like obviously not real at all and it's super jank, but bro, I literally just drew Stars Assault Mode and double Malicious. Yeah, that's rough. By the way, did you guys see that we're doing another 1K on November 8th? That's a thing that's happening. If you watched today's video and yesterday's video, you saw that we're doing another 1K. So, November 8th. The Grand Wizard. Spanish Inquisition, ass Kenny. Hedgehog and Ironwall is an FTK. When are we getting a big in real life Philly Edison event? That is a good question. And honestly, Philly does need a big Edison event because the food here is some of the best that you will ever have. Like, and I'm not joking, like it is literally insane. Huh. I activate the magic card. Brain control. Prison. Oh, that deserves
shit mills.
That deserves one of those. When do we get Future Fusion now? Ah, yes. LDS events should pick up some steam. Heard there's another event at a spot in the woods. Ah, yes, a spot in the woods. Yeah, I'm excited for next year. I'm going to Genesis. That is like the current tournament that I'm really super focused on getting to because I've never been to Genesis and like I really want to go because Stango happens to be the best player in the world in Rivals of Aether 2, and I also love Smash, like Super Smash Bros. So I've never been to like a major Smash event, and this would be me going to a major Smash event while also getting to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And yeah, I really want to go to that. So that's going to be like an event that I definitely make it out to next year. When we doing another redo Tournament King? I have no idea. Unifrog is a magnet to dimensional prison. It is, but that's really good because then your other cards don't get deprisoned. Like, if Unifrog only clears a deprison, like if it just gets deprisoned, that's great. You have to understand that that means that that deprison can't be used on a Caius or an Absolute Zero or whatever else your deck is doing. And when it gets an actual attack off and you pop their back row, it's like absolutely outrageous. Pop your bottoms, pop your pulling the rug, pop your face up oppression, pop your mask or restrict. These are all things that happen very often. Oh. That's awkward. This is one of those things that can only happen online. The podcast drops every Thursday. Huh. Did I just get a text message? Who's... Oh, I have a lot of shit here. Who is your melee character? I used to play Marth when I did play melee. I don't play melee though. I am more a Smash Ultimate player. I prefer Ultimate. Melee is like a commitment, like a life commitment. I'm a huge fan of the no hamster / charge value turbo list. Frazier looks like a Falco player. Is that because I'm black? Not the take back charge, then shuffle, then when he does charge again, mill dandy instead. It happens. Oh, this is game 3, right? Yeah. Is it toxic that I like the ice climbers? If you prefer wobbling, then yes, but I think that they banned that, right? You're not allowed to wobble anymore or something. The main character as per usual. What would I be without my baby? Salvice. Oh god, that's right. This is the Trishula Cup. The song on stream sounds like some God of War music. Some God of War boss music. This is all from Clair Obscura Expedition 33. One of the best games I've ever played. What is my opinion on the Disney Lorcana TCG? I have literally no opinion on the Disney Lorcana TCG. I've never played it. I have no interest in playing it. I don't know anything about it. I literally have zero opinion on it. What does Necroface do in Dragons? Have we seen it go off yet? Is he playing Necroface? Is that a thing? Oh shit. Okay. Well, that's that is a way of showing yeah, I guess it was revealed with water art when I wasn't paying attention. Wait, what? I'm sure you missed it earlier, but if you are coming to the rally LDS the night before YCS, Johnson / Crank will be going down. Food, drinks, casual play with prizes. I'm cooking. So I might be going to that event. I'm not 100% sure yet because I don't think they have all the details ironed out for that event yet. Yeah, and in general, events that are like 4+ months away, I just kind of wait until they're closer to decide what I'm doing, like when I get there and all that. I'll be sleeping at the foot of Crank's bed. I think this is like the 3rd time this tournament where I could make Trish but had other options, but I Trish twice so far, just not on stream. Obviously you'll be there, GYBU. Don't you live in the South? Do I have a favorite Melee player? Yes, Mewtwo King. Oh no. What is this trickery? He can't keep getting away with this, bro. Ronak he can't keep getting away with this. He cannot keep getting away with it. Oh God. This song does slap. This whole soundtrack. Damn, he dupe blocked him, sub blocked him, and then water arted after stealing his whole board and all that. This is... But how do we out this red mid? Oh, that's the 3rd water art? Damn. Alright, well, that's also GG. Yeah, dragons in general have a really hard time against frogs. Like every time I play against dragons, I feel like it's like I'm playing against Machina. But at least dragons do have like the blowout future fusion thing that could happen, whereas Machina, I don't really think they have anything. They have to. The problem is that most of the Machina players are just not using fucking limit removal. So like, I'm not really afraid of anything that they do because it's all very fair, and frogs is very not fair. At least dragons can like just absolutely steal a win against you. Look at these two actually dueling. I don't remember this card. This card is broken as fuck. Like they were, they were tripping when they made this thing. This thing is absolutely diabolical. ABC was cringe. Who else is playing? Oh, Spore and Patrick. I do want to see that one. What's with the dragons tonight? Why are there multiple people playing dragons all of a sudden? Is dragons like good against the Trishula, or do they make Trishula or something? I guess if you're playing Dandelion, then yes. It's also kind of funny because Frog OTK is a really good Trishula deck. Like, it would make the win rate of that deck go up significantly if Trishula was legal in Edison format. Also worth noting that a deck that plays triple pot of Avarice should not be allowed to play Trishula, but I digress. There's a lot of dragons in this tournament. Like, and by a lot, I mean more than one, because I feel like I've been seeing Red Mad like all day. No ABC slander will be tolerated. I'm actually fond of ABC as well. Quick Draw seems like a fun Trishula deck. Yeah, I mean, if you any deck with Debris Dragon, you don't have to play Quick Draw as a thing. I think the problem is that like people think of Debris Dragon and for some reason equate it with Quick Draw, and like Quick Draw is ass. You could just play Debris Dragon and all the good parts and not have to play Quick Draw in your deck. Get Dragon upon. Let's go, Spore. Foolish / Future Fusion plus Debris equals Trish. Yeah. Yeah. The funny thing is, like, so there are all of those combos that make Trishula, but I really do think that, like, Fishborg Frogs just makes Trish probably easiest out of any deck. I have not really gone over. I don't know, like so many of the cards I don't know. Scythe is 100 points. That makes sense. Astral Karibo, 3 points. Multiple Blackwings. Zephyros the Elite is 15. The Dragon Rulers are 7 each. I remember Stango telling me that last night as he was building his deck. Ooh, Brandon, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you, King. Blazing Cartesia, the Virtuous, is 3. But then Blaze Phoenix, the Burning Bombardment Bird. That name is ridiculous. 70 points. Wait, Book of Moon is on here? Book of Moon is 7 points? Why would Book of Moon be that expensive? Or I should say, why would Book of Moon be on that list at all? Two decks that want to play Future Fusion. So interesting. And they're trying to do similar but different things with it. Because I feel like, is Patrick playing like Jinzo? He's playing Jinzo 2K, I think. Meanwhile, the Dragon deck is just trying to, what honestly seems really fair in comparison, summon their dragons on the end phase. Which means they don't get the full value of Future Fusion for like almost 3 turns, basically. Because you have to Future Fusion after goal sarking for it, so you wait 2 turns, then you play it, and then on the end phase you get your dragons, but you can't use the dragons until you get another turn. My other problem with this is, why did we errata cards if they were all going to be let loose to run wild in the end anyways? Well, the answer to that is very simple. They had no idea that they were going to eventually allow every single card to be legal at some point. What do you think about my Battle City double elim tourney idea? I don't know what that means, Billy. It's crazy how the value that topped without Raikou Hamster. Not many yet so far using the deck list. How about a Battle City double limb where you have to have a deck of 42 and the winner gets to take 1 card out of yours and add it to their deck? I do not like that idea. My Edison bingo card of things I eventually want to witness include a Future Fusion summoning a Cyber Twin with an Honest for a game. That is something to witness. Oh. That is a funny ass wall. He's like, I am not getting Future Fusion for game this turn. I am walling the fuck up, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Vortex here goes crazy. Vortex does go absolutely insane. I love how he created this big ass wall with the Future Fusion coming up. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh is such a cool storytelling game. Like, this would look like, this duel looks like a show duel right now. Patrick has entirely too many cards though. In your opinion, Fraser, have you seen the list and do you like it or prefer the value turbo list? I've tried it. Like it has a lot of draw power, but it doesn't have many outs to decree it. Unless you draw MST. Yeah, but who the fuck is playing decree? I don't know. I'll make a video talking about the value turbo deck list a little bit more extensively. Also, next week's Master and Disaster episode is me playing that deck, and that's already been recorded. Okay, a Debris Dragon here goes crazy because they Trish, they banish a fortress, they banish a card in hand, they banish the Jinzo Returner out the grave, they also attack over the gear frame, so it effectively takes like so many cards away. Billy, so your idea could probably work in like some in real life environment, maybe. Oh shit, did he really have it? Oh, he really did have another Debris Dragon. I was like kind of joking. Wow. But like, it's a logistics nightmare to have people taking someone else's card and adding it to their deck, because how am I keeping track of what you actually should have in your deck and all that? It's just like impossible. Like I wouldn't even, that just sounds like a nightmare logistically. They message me. That's, like I said, it's, I would never. Yeah, no, that is a logistical nightmare. I don't want players editing their deck list during events. That is not Yu-Gi-Oh. I'll leave that for the TV show. The fact that Trishula fucking trades with Gores too, like, get the hell out of here. Fight back. Top 3 anime for you, and why is it Yu Hakusho, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Cowboy Bebop? So none of those are in my top 10. So those are not the top 3 anime for me. Not even close to it. No, none of those 3 are in my top 10 anime. First of all, any anime list that doesn't start with Death Note and Attack on Titan is immediately just disqualified for me. Like, I don't even want to entertain it. Like, I am very strict when it comes to my taste in anime, and I do not allow anything that is just like not my reality to permeate my brain. Like, I know people really go up for Fullmetal Alchemist, but I think that shit is like way too overhyped. It is really not that good. I also would say that Free Run's up there. Free Run's in my top 5, and it hasn't even finished yet. But I think Free Run is a much better like story and just character development and everything. Like everything about the anime is just better than Full Metal Alchemist for me. But off the bat, like Death Note and Attack on Titan are my top 2. And then 3, there's Hunter x Hunter, which is like so much better. There's Death Parade, which I really, really love. There's Free Run, like I said. There's also One Piece. Like One Piece just spites like most of all manga and anime. Yeah, I agree with Vincent. Full Metal Alchemist was like, at the time, I can see why people might have thought it was like really, really good. I think that when you watch it with like, I don't know, even when I watched it, I just was not impressed. Like I was just like, okay, like this is a story. But by no means am I like blown away by, I was not blown away by Full Metal Alchemist. You said I cannot. You cannot believe that I would say that about Full Metal Alchemist. Are you simply trying to farm clips for Twitter? Do you understand the outrage you just caused? You know I don't give a fuck, right? Like you have to know that. Like I just do not give a fuck. Like, and I'm being so serious. You can ask any of my friends. You can ask anyone who knows me. I have never thought Full Metal Alchemist was that girl. Never, not once. That shit is the most overrated anime by far. Full Metal Alchemist or Brotherhood, both of them. Both of them. They're both just meh. I think Hunter x Hunter is better. I think One Piece is better. I think Death Note is better. I think Death Parade is better. I think Free Run is better. I think Attack on Titan is infinitely better. Like it's not even close. Like it's not even like top 10. It's probably not even like top 20 for me. Is that no? It's not. It's not top 20 for me. Like actually, like I like Naruto more than I like fucking Full Metal Alchemist. Like OG Naruto is just way better than Full Metal Alchemist. Like it's not even close. If you were like, you have to watch, you have to start tomorrow. You have to start watching one of these animes tomorrow, and you were like, OG Naruto or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I'd be like, absolutely not. Give me Naruto, including all of the fucking fillers. I'll take it over Full Metal Alchemist. But if you were to talk about actual anime that are like insane, I don't think that Full Metal Alchemist is in that conversation. I know that people like dick ride it super hard, but I just do not. I do not see it for that anime. It's never been that girl for me. Never will be. Yeah. Have you seen Code Geass? Code Geass is in my top 10. The Luge v Britannia. Code Geass is in my top 10 for sure. Code Geass is absolutely insane. Start to finish. R1, R2, like insane. Solo Leveling is just okay. Solo Leveling, think like some of these newer anime, like Solo Leveling and Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen and like all of those, you know, Chainsaw Man, like they're cool, right? But they're not really anything special to me because they're all just like very typical shonen that they have like cool moments, like cool fights and that type of thing. But in terms of like character development and story and plot and just like they're just like very cliche, and I'm not really blown away when I'm watching them. I'm kind of just like, oh, that was a really cool fight. Kind of how I felt about Dragon Ball Z as a kid. It's like, that's a really cool fight, but like I'm not exactly watching any of those. Like Demon Slayer doesn't have the most compelling storyline. JJK storyline is also not very compelling. Like Chainsaw Man is also just like, okay, like you watch them because they're entertaining, and I genuinely think that those anime are entertaining and they look really nice because they're new. But in terms of what I look for in an anime, they're not even in a conversation in terms of like quality anime. Like Hunter x Hunter is infinitely better than like every anime I just named. Like Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, like you name it, like all the shit that has come out in the last like 10 or so years that people like really go up for. Like I like them too, but if you were making me rank them amongst like the entirety of anime that I've seen, they wouldn't even be. I've not seen Castlevania yet. I do want to watch that at some point though, Pudding. I like Cowboy Bebop. I don't have it like Cowboy Bebop's not in like my top anime list or anything like that, but I do like it. I think that the music is really fucking good. I like the art style. I like it reminds me of a time when I was a child, because that's when I would see Cowboy Bebop, and it's just very nostalgic for me. So I do have like a fond feeling about Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, Bleach is not like Bleach is a bunch of cool moments with a terrible story. I feel like you resonate with OD intelligent characters. Well, yes. Well, yes. Some of my favorite characters: Eren Yeager, Lelouch v Britannia, Yagami Light, Aizen, Sosuke. Well, yes. I've seen Black Clover up to a certain point, and then I stopped watching it because it's just like I couldn't handle it anymore. I think I got to the part where they were learning levels of magic. So this is after, spoilers for Black Clover, I guess, but like this is after, I don't even remember the name of the people anymore. That whatever. I watched Black Clover to a point I stopped. Black Clover is not very good to me. It's like, it's very shonen tropey with a worse storyline than like pretty much every other shonen that follows that formula. Like it's like I'd rather watch Naruto, Bleach, One Piece if I'm going to go that route. Like it's not like Black Clover is just not it. Tokyo Ghoul, I like season 1. And then I remember it falling off dramatically after that, but like season 1 of Tokyo Ghoul was genuinely really good to me. Another anime that I think was extremely good was The Promised Neverland. That is an S tier anime for season 1, but then for some reason the directors or whatever decided that they just wanted to like make it not good after season 1, and they just kind of fucked it. But season 1 of Promised Neverland is like literally S tier, like one of the best anime I've ever seen, like top 10 for sure. But then it just like nosedives for no reason by going off the rails and not following the manga for some reason. I've watched like 2 seasons of Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War. Me and Kenny, we've reviewed it on the podcast. Thousand Year Blood War is also not good. Like Thousand Year Blood War is egregiously bad, and to the point where when I was reading it, when it actually was coming out in like the 2010s, because I was like reading the manga at the time, I was like, this is so fucking bad. Like Tai Kubo just stopped drawing panels. Like he just would like draw a page, and it would just have like a character on the page, and that would be the entire page, like no detail. Meanwhile, simultaneously, I'm reading like One Piece, right? And Oda is drawing, I'm talking about an entire world in the background, like no exaggeration, an entire fucking world in the background. And then I'm reading Bleach, and I'm like, I just read a Bleach chapter in like 7 minutes. Like I read an entire chapter of Bleach in 7 minutes. I'm like, what is going on? Like Thousand Year Blood War arc, you can tell that Tai Kubo did not want to continue writing Bleach after Aizen. Like very clearly, the whole Fullbringer shit and everything after that was just like not his original intention. And the whole ass pull, spoilers for Bleach, like that Zangetsu and Yuhabak are like the same, cringe. Like just that they could have just kept it with Aizen, and that was a great ending. I was good with that. But after everything after that, it's just like should not even be considered canon. Duolingo is yelling at me. Yeah, Bleach has some of the hypest moments, and you know what I really loved Bleach for when I was a kid, and I still agree with my younger self's thoughts right now when it comes to this. I think Bleach has the best shit talking in all of anime. The shit talking in Bleach is insane. Like I genuinely feel like I learned how to shit talk better because I was such a Bleach fan as a kid, and like that just kind of stayed with me. Like the things that they would say to each other is just like OD. And the characters are very cool, like Aizen, Byakuya, Zaraki Kenpachi, Mayuri. Like there's so many cool characters. Urahara, Kisuke. Like I like a lot of the character designs. Given Ryusa, Yamamoto. But in terms of like storyline, it's like okay, so Ichigo is everything, sure. Like he's everything. When it's convenient, he's everything. Like he needs to be a Quincy for this arc, sure, he's a Quincy now. He needs to be a Hollow for this one, all right, he's a Hollow. He needs to be a Fullbringer this time, I guess he's a Fullbringer. He needs to be human and nothing else, I guess he's human right here. He lost all his powers. Like whenever it's convenient, I'm just gonna be everything. I didn't finish My Hero. I'm at the end of My Hero, but I didn't actually finish it. Like I'm at like the war arc. Yeah, Vincent, see Vincent, me and you have very similar tastes. You know what good anime is. Vincent said the last time an anime made me feel like this show is truly cracked outside of Attack on Titan was The Promised Neverland season 1. The suspense was too nice. The Promised Neverland season 1, I like the feeling, the anxiety, my palms would be like sweating watching that shit. Like I kind of want to rewatch it and do a podcast on it because it's that good. Unless me and Kenny already did a podcast on it, because like at this point we're like 300 episodes in and I don't really remember if we did an episode on The Promised Neverland yet. We might have. Who won this? Oh, Patrick Star lost. Seven Deadly Sins was goated, then fell off. Yeah, Seven Deadly Sins nosedived as well. Have you ever found yourself at a point where you felt yourself started to outgrow anime? I don't really know what outgrow anime means. Like, I don't know. How do you outgrow anime? That's like saying, have you ever felt yourself outgrowing music? Like, what does that mean? That's not like a thing. You can't like outgrow anime. That doesn't even make any sense, like as a sentence. Is anyone still playing? So Sport just finished, so we have Fonte. Let's see if we can find. Yeah, you don't outgrow anime. You don't outgrow art. That's like me being like, I'll outgrow movies. Like, do you outgrow movies? Like just the entire genre of movies? Like it's not like a real. Okay, I think I see what happened here. Fairy Tail is the most generic shonen. I don't even watch that shit. I saw Fairy Tail, like not an episode, but I just saw the character design and I saw like maybe like a montage clip or something of it, and I was like, that is just not for me. Like I just completely, I never even tried to watch that. I just knew like this is some trash. Like you get to a point where you've seen so many things that like you know what's not for you after a while. And my best friend really enjoyed Fairy Tail for a long time. What is happening here? What is this? They're just playing for fun. Oh no, this is round 5. Holy shit. Okay. Spore and Rawneck. So Rawneck is undefeated, and okay, Rawneck and Spore are the only 2 undefeateds, actually. Anyway, Dr. Stone is very good. Dr. Stone is an example of a really, really good anime. I need to finish that. Patiently waiting for the next One Piece podcast episode. What are your parameters for determining if an anime is good? Too long to discuss, like, on the spot. But if you listen to the IMNerd podcast, then you know what the parameters are for an anime being good by my metrics. It's literally in like the IMNerd podcast. Do you remember Aizen versus all the captains? Obviously. Better than Yu Hakusho. What are you? I don't know what you're referring to, Quick Draw. The captain's cloak and character design in Bleach went kind of hard as a kid. Is Aizen the best shit talker? He's up there. Aizen's definitely up there as one of the best shit talkers in like all of anime. Johann Liebert is up there in terms of shit talkers. Madara, obviously. Yamamoto Giryusai is up there. Crollo was up there from Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, you can outgrow a type of anime, but you can't say, do you find yourself outgrowing anime? That is still a dumb question to me. Like, again, that's like saying, did you outgrow music? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you could say, I outgrew this type of music. Like, yes, I don't listen to Lil Wayne anymore. I'm a 30-year-old man, and his music does not appeal to me whatsoever. But that doesn't mean that I outgrew music. Like, the entire genre of music, that doesn't make sense. Like, you can outgrow specific types of things, sure, but not literally the entirety of all of it. Like, I outgrew movies. Like, think about how dumb that sounds. Like, I just outgrew movies. Like, I just outgrew TV shows. Like, all of them. Like, just, I outgrew TV. Like, did you also outgrow food? Like, you just outgrew all the food? As far as shit talking goes, Yusuke is one of the goes. Yusuke do be Yusuke do be doing some shit talking, but his shit talking is like not even comparative to like, I don't know, some of these newer anime characters just be saying some wild shit that have come out after Yu Hakusho. Like Frieza's a pretty good shit talker as well. This is an indoor fish. This is the last round, by the way, guys. Two things can be true, Enraged. All right, this guy, Gently Live, you are just committed to being a weirdo, so I'm just gonna block you. Because I feel like you have just been trying to be antagonistic the entire time, so you can go fuck yourself. How about that? That's right. Roz moves and gets it. I feel like Muzan be saying some shit too. Like when I first saw the Lower Moon meeting, the way he was talking to those Lower Moons, I was like, bro, this is like some corporate America shit. I outgrew growing. Yeah, there are some really crazy things that like anime characters have said at a very high level, like towards the end of an anime, when the characters are just like, everything is out in the open and they just start talking. It's like, okay, that is a wild thing to say. 2025 been a big year for people getting blocked. So, Enrage, I know you're a bit newer to my life, but as someone who has always been a personality in the Yu-Gi-Oh space for 15 years now, I block people very regularly, and like people don't understand that I just literally don't tolerate any kind of like disrespect, or I'm not going back and forth with you. If you start saying wild shit to me or trying to antagonize me, you can just get blocked. I do not care. I do not care about your subscription. I do not care about you being a member. I don't care about you being on a Patreon. You can go fuck yourself, like literally. And that goes for anybody. If like you just want to be an asshole, you're committed to doing that, you can just go walk it out. Like I do not care whatsoever. I've always been like this. I block people so fast. There's probably a list of like 100 YouTubes that are blocked from commenting on, like they can never comment on a channel, like they can never talk in chat, like they're just gone forever. And it actually brings me a lot of joy to do it. That's the other thing, is like I've learned that I really enjoy blocking people. It is one of my like genuine enjoyments in life. Madara's meteor quote is still one of my faves. I always find opportunities to say, what will you do about the second one? Same. That is one of the most cocky things, and I think it's one of the most iconic things ever said in anime, is like people still say that shit now, like what will you do about the second one? Or like just everyone knows the Madara dropping the second meteor. What will you do about the second one? I love Obito saying, am I sweating? Oh no, it's raining. They can never make me sweat. Yeah, that is also crazy. I remember when I first saw that panel, I thought that it was like somebody edited to say that. Cause like, why would he ever say something so black? The wildest block I got this year was my mother-in-law. Damn. Listen, anybody can get it. Like anybody can get it. Friends, family, like there's no, anybody can get blocked. One of the things about me is that I'm all about protecting my peace. Like I refuse to let anyone like disturb my peace. And if you do, you just get blocked out of my life. And that is just, that's just it. Like no one is without being expendable, basically. Like if you decide that you're just going to be a toxic person, just fuck off. Like it, and it's really simple. It requires no energy. You just click a button and they're just gone. Like, it's actually the best thing that, like, technology, you just like, oh, you don't exist anymore. Boom, done. Peace. Poof. Vamoose. Like, you know, some people have like toxic parents and they just like keep letting their parent be toxic to them forever because they're like, oh, like you're my parent, so I can't do anything about it. It's like, you can though. You actually just can. You can just be like, fuck them too. Like, no one should be excluded. If somebody is genuinely disturbing your peace and like fucking with your mental health in any kind of way, you should absolutely stand up for yourself and not allow that. Best Wingstop flavor. So the only flavor I really get from Wingstop, damn it, you made me hungry for Wingstop, by the way. And Ronak wins again. Surprise, surprise, Ronak is undefeated. The only Wingstop flavor I get is lemon pepper. Because once I found lemon pepper, I just can't order anything else. Like, I literally am powerless. So I don't even know what the other flavors taste like anymore because I haven't had a different flavor of wings from Wingstop in the last 5+ years. Like, I don't even know what the other flavors taste like because lemon pepper is that cracked. And now I'm salivating because I really want lemon pepper wings. So thank you for asking that question, Silent Bandit, because I think tomorrow I'm going to get like lemon pepper wings. Who else is playing? Who else is dueling? I can't tell what format. What is this? Is this redo? I'm getting out of here. That looked like redo though. Canadian Courage. Oh my god, what is this? Heretic Sky Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. Oh, okay, it's a negate and destroy. So this is Titanial. This is Titanial taken to the extreme. This is extreme Titanial. All right, anyway. If you are new to the stream or if you're wondering what my thoughts are on Genesis, just rewind a couple hours and I talk about it for a good amount of time and you will know when I'm talking about it because on the screen will be deck lists and stuff from, you know, the Genesis format. So if you rewind, if you're wondering what my thoughts were on that format. Oh, fuck. I just saw Chaos X here. I haven't watched him all day. If you're wondering what my thoughts are on Genesis, I gave my thoughts for at least an hour earlier. Yo, also, leftover fried chicken is so good. Like not to be that guy, but whenever I order Wingstop, I always order more wings than I can eat in one sitting. So I always have like a lot more the next day to like reheat or whatever. But if I'm really hungry, I will just start fucking them up without even reheating them. And they taste so good. Like cold chicken low-key kind of slaps. Like if you just take it out the fridge and just start fucking it up, it is so good. I do not eat boneless wings. I do not believe in that. Like bone in, please. I'm an adult. Like I'm actually an adult. Like I know I play Yu-Gi-Oh! I know I like anime and apparently people outgrow it, but I like, you know, I like bones in because I'm actually an adult. Mango habanero and spicy Korean are so good though. I have to try them, but it's really hard for me to try different wings. Like I don't think I'm gonna be so serious about this. I don't think I'm ever going to try another type of wing from Wingstop. What would have to happen is somebody comes to my house and we do a group order of Wingstop and they get a different kind of wing than lemon pepper, and then I try their wing, and then I'm like, oh, this is really good. I'll start ordering this. Because if you leave it to me and my money and my choice, I'm just going to click the lemon pepper button 20 times until all 20 of my wings say lemon pepper on them. Like, I'm just going to do that like I do every time. A bad case of same order syndrome. I definitely have same order syndrome. I do get the same thing at the restaurants that I go to. Like, I just get the same thing over and over. You and Kenny should try every flavor and do another Q&A. That's a good idea, Silent Bandit. That's actually a really good idea. We really should do, like, just order a fucking bunch of wings, just the different kinds or whatever, and then do like a Q&A thing. My wife gets so mad that I always get the same thing. Like, I'm sorry, I know what I like. Yeah, that might be I don't know if it's like a more likely that men just are creatures of habit, but I know I'm a creature of habit, and I like getting the same thing almost every time I go to a place. Once I find what I like, I'll order it into the ground. Like, I'll just order that every time, and I'll look at the menu and I'll be like, man, that sounds really good. Can I get the same order that I got last time and the time before that and the time before that, please? Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why you have to click that button 20 times. I didn't get to 1-for-1 Danny Debris today. I did Trish twice, though. Yeah, and then you Vanity's Fiend your opponent out the door, apparently. You dupe lock? Is this a flip-flop frog, bro? I feel like I saw this card get flip face down. I feel like this is a flip-flop. Also, I think it's crazy. Somebody beating you and then being like, I didn't get to 1-for-1 Danny Debris today. I did Trish twice, though. Like this is their field, this is their hand. They have +5 on you, and I'm not exaggerating. They have literally +5 cards on you. You have 4 and 4, and then they have 5 fucking cards on the field. And they're like, it's really sad that I didn't get to like a 1-for-1 Debris Dandy after they beat you. That's like, yo, you ever see the scene in Bleach where Aizen first fought against Toshiro? They didn't fight, but Toshiro used his Bankai on Aizen, and Aizen basically tried to kill him. And after Toshiro's Bankai got completely shattered, Aizen goes, it's so pretty seeing the snow like this at this off season. And he's like staring up at the snow that's coming down because of Toshiro activating his Bankai. Mind you, Toshiro is in the background bleeding out somewhere, like completely incapacitated, bleeding out, and Aizen is staring up at the sky talking about how pretty the fucking snow is because it's off season. That's what that just reminded me of. Just going back to the whole shit talking thing, right? Like, also chat, am I cutting out at all, by the way? Like, when I speak, am I cutting out for you guys, or is it like, are you able to hear what I'm saying completely fine? Do you like any of their cold food? Like, I really like cold pizza and cold spaghetti. I'm sure that I do, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. What I will say is that I prefer my food scalding hot. So typically I eat things at the hottest that they can possibly be, to the point where like it burns my mouth. And that is just, and also drinks as well. Like, I like my tea like scalding hot. As you guys have seen, I'll sip it while it's scalding hot. I like hot chocolate, it's scalding hot. I just like things like extremely hot. I don't know. My ex said it's because I'm close to hell or something like that, but I think it's just because that's how I am. But like, I really prefer things to be hot primarily. Now, the cold thing is like an exception, and I only really do that, again, like I said, with the wings. Like, I'll be really hungry and I'm about to heat up wings for like 15 minutes in the toaster oven. And so while I'm waiting, I'm like, well, 2 of these are just getting eaten right now because I'm hungry. So You like stuff semi-warm? It's interesting because I like water to be cold. Like when people offer you room temperature water, I get a little offended. I'm like, what? What did I do to you? Like room temperature water is crazy to me. I like my water really cold, like ice cold. But I like my food scalding hot. The hotter, the better. And for me, the best kind of like dessert is desserts that are hot and cold, aka like peach cobbler with ice cream or a brownie with ice cream or like, you know, cookie skillet with ice cream, stuff like that. Molten lava cakes are insane to me. Like they just taste so fucking nutty. Yeah, I don't know if you're really sleepy or just really focused. Huh? I only like room temperature drinks because the cold hurt my teeth. Ooh, yeah. I have a friend who has sensitive teeth and he doesn't eat ice cream, and I feel kind of bad for him. Because ice cream is one of the best things ever invented. Like, ice cream is nuts. Crash into Gaia? Yeah, exactly. I was wondering if this is a Crash into Gaia moment. I'm not big on sweets, but the brownie fudge Ben and Jerry's though, that shit is crack, by the way. Like absolutely crack. What would your last meal be? Probably a really nice Wagyu dinner, like a 8-course Wagyu from Japan, something like that. Honestly, we don't even have to go to Japan to get it. The one that I really like, also in the States, is from a place in New York called Haiyan. It is the best steak that I've ever had in the US. They have a unlimited Wagyu for like $140. It might be a little bit more expensive, but you get the unlimited Wagyu, and it is by far the best steakhouse experience I've had in the US. Pretty hard to get a reservation there, but it is really, really fucking good. And that would be my, like, that would be a last meal. If I couldn't get it, you know, from Japan, then that would be a close, you know. And I live very close to New York since I am in Philadelphia. Is Team Man actually still in this tournament? Oh, they are. That chocolate milkshake you had in Chicago is on my bucket list now. Yeah, that chocolate cake milkshake from Portillo's in Chicago is one of the best desserts I've ever had. I don't know if you ever seen like famous killers' last meals, but they were always ridiculous. Like when you say ridiculous, what do you mean? Oh, hot pot is also. I haven't had hot pot in months, and I really want it right now. The cake shake. The cake shake is goated. I don't like crumble cookies. I think it's too much. I don't like the fucking icing stacked to the ceiling. Have you ever had insomnia cookie? I prefer insomnia cookies. Insomnia cookies are cracked. Insomnia cookies. Insomnia cookies are just like so good. I don't know if they have them in your area, but like, bro, when I tell you, like, trust me, bro. If there was ever a trust me, bro moment, insomnia cookie is like, trust me, bro. You think the cake shake is worth the 1K calories asking for a friend? My logic for all types of things like that is that we're all going to die anyway. So do with that information what you will. You are going to die if you eat a cake shake or if you don't. Just so you're aware. You are marked for death. I'm not going to spend my life counting calories. I'm not going to spend my life denying myself of every pleasure. I think that you only get one chance at this shit. And to be perfectly honest, there are a lot of things about life that fucking suck. So if you can offset those things by things that really make you happy, and for me, desserts make me very happy, I think that you should absolutely indulge. And for everything else, there's the gym. The water kills more people every year than chocolate shakes. Remember that, chat. That's funny. Have you tried Angelo's Pizza, the place Dave Portnoy went to? I literally live in Philly where Angelo's Pizza is, so like yes, I've had Angelo's like every month of the last 3 years. Yeah, I do eat anything, and I also go to the gym like 4 times a week to offset. I only really go to the gym to offset my terrible eating, because if I did not do that, I think I would probably end up being really big, and I don't want to be big. But I'm also not one of those people that's like, I'm going to deny myself of pleasures of food, because food be too fucking good, bro. Food is too good. Should be too good, should be too seasoned. Sean, I don't think you need a top 5 Philly cheesesteak place. First of all, a top 5 list for something like that, I just don't think makes any sense. Like, I have 2 cheesesteak places that I go to every time, and I'm never going to go anywhere else. That's it. I got 2 places. That's it. Like, I'm done. I'm not doing a top 5. You don't need a top 5. Like, this is not one of those things that you need a top 5. Jim's on South Street and Angelo's Pizza. Those are the 2 cheesesteak places that I recommend. Everything else, pass. I have the option to eat either one of those every single time I want a cheesesteak. I'm never going anywhere else. It's one of those 2 places every single time. I don't need 5. I don't need 10. It's just those 2, and that's it. Okay. So I think Spore needs to report. That's what needs to happen. Because we did see the Raw Export match. T-Man just finished, and Bryant Vargas, what's going on with that one? Or Bryant, is Bryant? I think it's Bryant. Yugi boy. I activate Toon World. A true trash can. What the shit is this? This looks like some redo. Or Tengu. Is this Tengu? I actually can't tell. Chat, can you tell by looking at this combination of cards what format this is? I was thinking Redo or Tengu, but I can't tell distinctively like which one it is. It's Redo? Oh, it's a 20 game. Huh. If you work out regularly, shit doesn't matter. Only needs a calorie count if you're prepping for a body build competition. Yeah, I don't have aspirations of doing that. I just have aspirations of like specifically continuing to fit my clothes that are expensive is the only aspiration I have for maintaining my body the way it currently is or smaller. I do not want to, speaking of things to outgrow, I do not want to outgrow my clothes. That is a very genuine like fear of mine. So if I gain weight, I cut back on like, you know, eating at that time, like crazy shit. And then eventually I'm just gonna be like, I'm still eating what I want, right? But other than that, like I when I was younger, I did try to do the whole calorie counting thing. I had like the apps and shit like that. And I was like, this is actually just too much. Like it's stressful. It's a lot of things. I heard Pat's and Geno's is very overrated and not good. Pat's and Geno's are not in my top 50 cheesesteak places in the city. Since we're talking about like top fives, they're not even in my top 50. Modern technology makes food too addictive. A shame that junk food is unhealthy. It is a shame. Imagine if junk food wasn't unhealthy, bro. A true trash can is Sir Blumpkin, yes, aka Rich Silverberg. They are all the same person. A true trash can, Sir Blumpkin, and Rich Silverberg are all the same person. You watched my replay from Peak of the Beak today yet? I did not. I'm gonna do that now. Actually, where is? It better be fucking good too. If you're calling it out like that. I love watching the replays in Format Library though. Damn, there's so many I haven't seen. When did you play, bro? I'm scrolling for a minute here. Scrub for Life and Leo Baca. R. Rev and Loger. Sir Blumpkin and then Alicio. Where am I hearing shit from? Okay, this needs to be muted. Alright, hold on. I need to like see what I'm watching here. Okay. So Solemn, Bottomless, MST, Ryko, Legacy, okay. That man got Mirror Force, Torrential, and Solemn. You just see this graveyard. So he crowed the value earlier and you drew dollars who. And still no Greffer in sight. Where is Greffer? There's one Greffer in the grave. Okay. Oh shit. Oh no. I got a trick for you. You gonna learn today. So they're at 100. That has to be the wrong one, right? That had to be the wrong one to kill there. right? You okay? Anyway, I am genuinely. I can't believe they killed the armor master. Am I tripping? Okay, anyway. I probably shouldn't think too much about it. That's what gets me in trouble. Okay, yeah, there's a necro engraved, but that doesn't mean that you attack incorrectly. Like, he still attacked the wrong one. That's why Rich let him attack the Armor Master. Like, you should have known your play was wrong. Okay, here's how you can tell if you misplayed. Your opponent has a guard in the graveyard and they let you kill their monster. That's how you know you misplayed. In case anybody was wondering. Like, how do you know if you misplayed? Because your opponent decided that they were going to allow you to kill their one of two monsters on the field when they could blatantly stop it. Necro Garden is definitely one of the most broken cards in Edison. I agree 100% Ice Queen. Like, 100%. The amount of Necro Gardens that I had to OTK through, because I played against 4 bird decks at RBT Chicago, I was genuinely getting a little, like, annoyed that almost everyone just had a fucking Necro Garden in the graveyard. I'm like, okay, well, you're still dead, but now I just have to combo longer, which is really obnoxious. What is this? Oh my god. Biscoff ice cream? This looks correct. So you want to know what the best dessert I've ever had in my life is? Dominique Roberts, who is the mod of the IMNerd server and also a player who has won, like, I don't know, 10 of my tournaments. He bought this for me years ago and, like, sent it to my house. And I did not know what to expect because it's an apple pie baked in a paper bag by this famous place called the Elegant Farmer. You can buy it on Goldbelly. And when I tell you that this dessert, which does not look like much right here, I promise this is the best dessert I've ever had in my life. Apple pie baked in a paper bag. This is the best dessert I've ever had in my entire life. And I'm not joking. I've never tasted anything better than this, ever. Like, in terms of dessert. Fraser's on the Trust Me Bro train tonight. I love Trust Me Bro. Trust Me Bro is fucking hilarious. Yeah, I'm going to buy, as soon as this stream ends, when this stream is over, I'm doing 2 things. I'm going to do my Duolingo Japanese, and then I'm going to order that apple pie times 2 since they're doing a buy one, get one free. I'm so serious about that. In fact, I might actually start checking if they still have the promotion right now because that shit shouldn't be allowed. The Elegant Farmer. Did I spell elegant wrong? I did. I put an extra. Okay. The Elegant Farmer. Oh wow, it still is buy one get one free. Yeah, sale ends soon. So this is just happening. Hi Fraser, 500. I have 500 points apparently. This is how you know I'm a fat ass, bro. Let me make sure that there's not. Okay, this is how you know I'm a fat ass. It just has my, when I went to this website, it just has my name. Like they're like, hi fat ass. Like that's what this says up here. Like blatantly. But yeah, I'm buying this. Choose your, oh, there's multiple different kinds. If I change it to like big brown caramel apple pie, does it like, oh, so it's buy one get one free no matter which kind you get. Peach apple pie, apple crisp, cherry crisp, strawberry rhubarb. Yeah, this is just not okay. Yeah, that's happening. The only snack here is you. Okay. Yep. The only snack here is me apparently, chat. Is this is hat format? I like going in unlimited, unrated, and trying to guess the format. That is like a, I don't know why I'm having like a weird, like that's weirdly fun to me. Okay, so I don't know what a single card that is visible on the screen does. Like all the cards that are visible on the screen, I don't know what a single one of them do. Why are there so many people with Genesis in their name? That's interesting. Okay, I feel like I'm going to, because people have not reported, and I tried to message Spore and, okay, I'm gonna remove Spore from there and then also remove Bryant. Okay, so this way we can end the tournament. I'm pretty sure, yeah, everybody /end. And if I refresh this, okay, Rawnak got first, Nefarian got second. But let me do bot spam to make sure that those are the real standings. Because you know how this should be. Okay. No, not here. Yeah. Who died from alcohol poisoning, chat? All right, I'm going to read some of the chat and then I'm going to get off. Fraser's like, I'm getting one of everything. No, so I'm a creature of habit again. I am not going to order one of those weird flavors that I've never had before. Like they have like 8 flavors now, which I don't believe they used to have. And I'm just going to order the exact one that I always get, which is just like apple pie in a paper bag. Yeah, like I have no desire to order one of the ones that I haven't tried yet. Like I don't often try new foods or desserts and stuff like that unless like they just don't have something. Like if it's a new place, then sure, I'll try it. But once I'm at a place and I find something that I like, and in this case, this place, I know exactly what I like, I'm not really adventurous because remember, I'm spending $50 on this, right? So like imagine spending 50 bucks and then I order the strawberry rhubarb apple pie and it comes and it tastes fucking disgusting, or it just doesn't taste as good as the one that I always get. Then I'm kind of annoyed. That's just kind of how I am. So I don't even take that chance. I just get exactly like, I know I like this. I like it a lot and I don't have to try anything else. Anyway, so shout out to Nefarian and Ronak for winning tonight's local. I'll be sending you guys your money. And thank you everybody who came out to rant with me tonight. It was fun talking about Genesis format and talking about just random, apparently food and anime, and the fact that I think Full Metal Alchemist is very overrated, which some of you think is a hot take. Some of you are like, yeah, I kind of get it. But yeah, that's really all I have. I will see you all later. I'll be streaming, I'm sure, soon again. But if you want to play any tournaments, of course, always go to IMNerd Patreon, patreon.com/IMNerd. Podcast comes out Thursday. Tomorrow, Teach Me How to Cook comes out. What else is there? Kenny has a new series that he started with Cairo, the variety show that they're doing. That's really fun. I watched that last night. I was dying laughing. So that's really good. If you haven't checked that out, definitely check that out on the channel as well. And then November 8th, we have a 1K again. We have the second IMNerd Circuit series. We're giving away $1,000 cash again. So definitely get ready to play in that. And yeah, we already recorded the we already recorded Master Disaster for next week, which I am piloting the new value deck. So you guys will see that video next week, next Tuesday. I think, is that everything for announcements? I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, have a good night, guys. I'll catch you all later. Peace.